titties and boobies anymore. And we only see titties. Hey, anyone notice this? Yes, I love titties. Big old titties.
What's up, you big old bitches? Oh, by the way, finally, Lofty made that.
I made it.
It's been years. It's been years, it feels like. And finally, the creator is on the show.
I tried to make it as a roast, and it turned into a fucking your intro.
I love it. Dude,
yeah, it's funny.
As gay as you can make me look, that's how I love it. But dude, like, no, you know why you're here, and I think everybody knows why they're here. But so if you guys haven't been aware, I blew up the damn internet yesterday, unintentionally, and we're gonna talk through the entire situation, my talks with like the management, and just kind of everything, and kind of dispel any rumors and like all that goofy shit, and just have a good time and be laid back and. It's not about drama. This isn't a hit piece and nothing like that shit. We're just having a good time. But I'm going to explain everything from my normal ass point of view. And we'll get to the bottom of everything. And I'm sure the message board people will still hate me. And that's totally fine, babe. It's totally fine. 90% of people hate me anyway. So it works out. And speaking of hate me, Carnage Undone with the first pink boy already hot diggity. Damn, says keep your head up. Just forget about these losers who haven't seen a lot nor regrets of their mother's basements. They don't know the real world. They're jokes. And look, I'm not shaming anybody. Look, we'll talk about it, and I'm sure a lot of people just, the mystery. What is it called? The breaking the allure or mystery is fucking with people, and I get it. So there's that. So we'll talk about that. Also, Carnage Undone again. Damn. Keep up the great work. Cody and Lofty keep making stupid jokes and having fun. Love you guys. My boy's here. His PP is large. Thank you, Carnage. And speaking of large PPs, Billy Atcher. I guess that's Cody making Kirsch upset. Pippa's management team had to settle with Sloppy Seconds, aka Lofty.
Yeah, fuck.
Dang.
It's true. You called me out. You were like, I sent a super chat. Oh, by the way, uncertainly, it's not my birthday. But thank you.
Yo,
that's
no,
running joke.
Yeah, dude, that and the same thing when I had Pippa on the show. She was like, "Yeah, people just say happy birthday to me," and I'm like, "It's not my birthday."
It's funny. It's a meme. It's funny.
Yeah.
No, you were like, I was like, "Hey Pippa," like last time she was on your stream, I was like, "Hey Pippa," I was like, tell Cam he's a simp for having you on before he has me, because I'm your buddy, and you fucking. Yes. Anyway, you were like, dude, you only have 8 followers. Why would I go? And I was like, oh my God, it was the biggest roast because I have 8,000 followers. You fucking dumbass. I have 8,000. Hello. But no, you're right. 8 compared to whatever it is.
It was a joke. He was just joking.
I know, dude. I know.
I love you passionately.
I got butthurt for like 10 seconds.
I would share multiple beds with you.
Well, yes, we should. We almost did.
You going to Montserrat?
Yeah, but I'm staying with somebody else.
Oh, why you gotta be gay?
Dude, you bailed on me last year.
Yeah, well, you kept disappearing, man. I was like, where's that cute little fem boy? He's gone. I don't know where he went. Nothing wrong with that. Speaking of femboys, Too High Strung says, "Hey man, thanks for the workout diet tips. It's much appreciated. Since you aren't racing, are you going back to Saturday shows? You're just gonna enjoy some downtime. I will have my Saturday shows. We love you, brother, even though you're gay. Thank you, my friend. You are gay. But yeah, I'll have Saturday shows. But I am dropping my car off next week at a engine shop, and they're gonna fix both my engines and go through everything. So it might not be over just yet. So thank you so much, Too High Strung. I love you. God, look at all. Can you guys chill out for damn 2 seconds, really, please? Thank you. Trent Westbrook with the damn red boy. Ferrari red. My man's going hard as hell. His PP maximum length. Thank you so much, dude. You're goated. You're beautiful. Get on it, doggone it. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. I don't deserve it, obviously, when you hear about what's going on. But love you. Appreciate that. Halo Millennium. Thanks for declining my invite to come on today. I appreciate you. He's like, I ain't getting involved in that shit. Thank you, Haley. I love you. I appreciate you. And then, of course, Sandra Bullock. It's my birthday. Beaches. Justin and Izzy made feel special today. Love you. Well, I'm glad you feel special because you are special. Get on it, doggone it. Let's talk about this a little bit, and we'll go back. We'll hit super chats. I'm starting to turn into Pippa. Damn it, I'm just reading super chats. Look at it. First dig. Well, it's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody, chat, chill out. So, here we'll give a rundown. We'll give a rundown real quick. So, yesterday afternoon, I was chilling, like I do in my house, and I took a picture. I have this girl that I go to the gym with, and she's just sitting there chilling, and she's taking pictures of my cats and shit. So I took a picture of her, and I like, because I thought she looked cute. So, oh, you look adorable. I'm gonna take a picture of you. Because I had just taken a picture of myself with my kitties, because I'm gay as fuck. So I was doing that, and then I went to post my picture on Twitter or Instagram or something. I'm like, oh yeah, me with the kitties, woo, like that. And then I posted the other one, and I was like, oh my god, I literally thought of the caption as I wrote it. I was like, oh. I found out I caught this girl who's definitely not Pippa taking pictures of my cats. Posted it, didn't think about that shit, right? And it was up for a long time. It got like 100 likes, whatever, fuck it. And it was fun, whatever. Because now look, I got to preface this with something real quick. You bitches in the chat, I love Pippa. I value Pippa's friendship. I think she's great. Although I doubt she's my friend. She probably doesn't want to associate with me, and I totally get it. Like, I'm not fucking pissed off at that at all. I fucked everything up with that post, but I didn't know at the time. But anyways, so I think Pippa's super talented. I think she's easily one of the most talented content creators, even if you ignore VTubers. I think she's a fantastic content creator and a streamer. So that being said,
yes.
So I posted it, and I went to the gym, didn't think I was playing golf, and I was drinking, bro. I was playing Mario Golf. I was Rosalina, I'm gay, and I'm fucking do, and I'm having a great time. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get like 2 texts from different people, and they're like, bro, what the fuck's going on? And I'm like, I'm playing golf, I'm getting drunk. And they're like, no, I'm on Twitter. And I'm like, what? And I go to it, and of course, fucking shit hit the fan. So Pippa quote tweeted it and said, this is not me. Don't post stuff like this. It can cause legal trouble and personal trouble, or something to that nature. And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, what the fuck? I don't get it. Like, what? This is a stupid joke. Who cares? It's obviously not Pip. Why the fuck would Pippa be at my house? So yeah. So then people start weighing in, and my buddy V messaged me talking about it. So Lofty, you explain like the kind of anonymity around VTube culture.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you kind of asked me the other day, last night or whatever. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? What is this? And I was like, and that's like, it's understandable. And look, I don't even quite, like, I'm not deep into that culture, but it is the anonymity thing, really. That's what it comes down to. And it's like the anonymity thing, plus on top of that, the trying to be like, put it nicely, like the obsessive idol culture, which is like kind of it's like a double-edged sword kind of thing, where it's like people love your content, and then there's just like some issues with, if you blow up and you become like a celebrity, then it becomes like, even a double anonymity issue. But I guess there might be more. Oh fuck, I forgot to take my alert things off. Sorry. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel, guys. It's Lofty Pixels on YouTube. But
obviously.
No. So yeah, it just there might be more to it than that I'm not quite aware of, but I do follow Pippa. I follow, like, I do follow the VTuber community. Like, I was watching Corone play Street Fighter. Dude, just a little bit of a side note. The VTuber Street Fighter crossover that's happening right now is absolutely wild, and we should talk about it later because it's pretty fun.
Sure, yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, community crossover. But no, I watch Pippa all the time. I really enjoy. I watch Sleepy Project. I watch Shondo and a couple other VTubers. But yeah, so that's. But I think it's just the anonymity thing and the fan kind of thing, and I don't know how it's different with people who like you, like people who like Nick Ricada or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. I think I don't know how he does the face reveal thing, to be honest. I feel like, what do you think about that? Do you give a shit?
No. And so, yeah. So from what I've gathered, I've talked to fucking so many VTubers about this now because I'm like they're reaching out to me, I'm reaching out to them. There was people yelling at me in my DMs, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna talk to this person and see what the fuck's going on because I want to know, So I think what it boils down to is you have these management, okay, and they have contracts based around not having their identity shown, and there's been past incidences where like this one girl, she got fired just because her house looked like a popular celebrity singer's house or something like that, like a pop star's house or something. Her garden. I'm definitely getting that wrong, but it's something to that nature, and they fired her over it. So I get that, right? I get it, 100% get it. But I did not know that going in. Like me, and I have tweeted at Pippa, like, or commented, like, or she quote tweeted me naked the other day in my thong. She just quote tweeted it. And I had my mustache and shit. So like, well, I might not have a mustache, but she quote tweeted it, and he's like, this guy like wondering why a gay dude sending pee pics. It's funny. So we're doing that back and forth, and I don't like, it's whatever. So that's how I saw it. But then I saw the backlash, and I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. But at this point, I'm not going to pretend to be a retarded guy because it's posted. Doesn't matter what I do now. I can't like just delete it and be like, ooh, because it's over. So the damage is done. So best I can do is kind of like squash it in behind the scenes.
It's a problem when you have to decide whether or not to delete something, isn't it? It's like if you delete it, what happens? What's the repercussions? Then if you leave it up, like I don't like having to make those decisions. I fucking hate it. I probably just leave everything up.
I leave everything up. Yeah. Because I feel like it's worse to delete it because then you're like trying to run from your mistakes.
Yeah. Look, and then people jump to conclusions either way. It doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah. So and then they're like, oh, well, it's true if he deletes it. So basically how I look at it is, okay, well, that tweet was obviously a mistake because I had no idea about this fucking crazy, like weird psychoculture. So fast forward a little bit, and somebody sends me a link on Twitter to I think it's like /YT or something like that. It's like a message board, like 4chan kind of, and it's just all over the fucking place. And dude, I understand. And now there's a lot of normal ass people I'm seeing post stuff, just talking. There's a lot of people in there fucked up. Yeah. And I'm like, oh shit. So these are the people we're dealing with, right? The kind of people that are actively like, they're like role playing in the message board that like they're dating these whoever, like these characters, and some of them are like really excited when they're younger and like 12 years old, and they're talking about how it makes their cock hard when they're 12 or 13 or they're young. I don't think they said young. And I'm like, that's fucked up. So like, I understand like now who the people that are watching, and it's not all those people, but it's there's a subset of people.
You talking about 4chan?
Yeah, I think it was on 4chan
or Reddit or something. Dude,
Worosu?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I only go on Twitter. I haven't done Reddit in like 5 years, dude. I don't even.
Yeah,
weird.
So,
yeah.
So, anyways, I'm reading through that. I'm like, oh damn, this is way worse than I thought. So obviously and naturally, Kirch. I think that's her name. It's spelled kind of like that. Kirch. And Kirch said she messaged me and she's like, we were supposed to have a stream Wednesday, and she's like, hey, I can't do that stream now, obviously. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's fine. I would have done the same shit if I was her. I'd been like, yeah, fuck this dude, because you don't want to be associated because it appears malicious. Because most of the people that are seeing this that are part of that culture, they assume that I know all of the culture stuff, so I'm just being an asshole, which it does look like that. So hey, get on it, doggone. But anyway, so she cancels. So I'm like, oh fuck. And I'm being combative in my tweets. Like people are like calling me shit and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't give a fuck about schizos. I don't care. Like this doesn't bother me. Look, this is a joke. And I still think that to right now, it's a joke. It's just a joke. Like, my only regret is it affected like Pippa directly, because Pippa's all I give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about anybody else. Like I'm not part of these fans or anything. Pippa's been nice to me. We always have fun banter together. We had a great show together. She's really cool. Like that. I don't really care about anything else. Like, so anyways, Pippa messages me, obviously. Oh, by the way, she defended me a bunch in her tweets, which that's really cool for her.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that at all.
Well, yeah.
That's cool.
Like, yeah, people were jumping to some conclusions, and then there was like, no, I think it was just, she was like, it's a misunderstanding.
Yeah. So anyways, So she defends me. That's really cool. So she messages me, and she's like, "Hey, I don't really know why you like posted that." And she's like, "Are you like mad at me or something?" And I'm like, "No, what the fuck? No, I didn't. I thought it was a joke." Like we banter back and forth like this all the time. And she's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And she understands, like she's like acknowledging, yeah, it's just a joke. Like, and these people are the people that we're dealing with are a little fucking crazy. Because I've had people like getting me swatted and shit like that. So I get it. Like I totally get it. I just didn't know that the entire community over there was like that, instead of just like the 5 people a year I get that are like fucking trying to get me killed and shit. And then also breaking the mystery that she's not actually 12. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not actually a small bunny thing. She's just a person. So alluding to that in any way is, scary, I guess, or can hurt your channel. Like maybe financially, which I wouldn't want at all. So, that's what happened there. And so then it came to like the phase management. So that was the next step. So
I will say there was I don't know, some of that stuff's wild. I didn't even know about, but like I will say that maybe part of it, I don't know how much of this has to do with the history of like VTubers being doxxed or whatever.
yeah,
But I know when Gargura was doxxed, for example, I still to this day don't know if that's actually her, but she got like a lot of, it wasn't even like anything like weird. It was just people saying that she like was ugly. And they were coping hard because she's not. But like like maybe some of that came into play. Like I don't know, because I don't follow the community that closely, where I don't know how many people have been doxxed, and I just know the Gargura one, and like another one would be like Dream, that like Minecraft YouTuber. He got
yeah.
pretty hard. They like fucking roasted his ass.
Yeah, he was goofy.
Yeah, a little bit, but like not like, no, it's just it goes overboard sometimes. And so maybe some of that stuff was like in the back of people's minds. I just don't know, but just wanted to throw that in there. But
yeah, no, dude, totally. And I get that 100%. Now, again, I still, as of like, I think this was a silly joke that somehow got blew out of proportion. But that being said, this girl I posted with the emoji over her face, I've posted on my Twitter like 40 times, like with no emoji on her face. Like she's a YouTuber, and she went to Cincinnati with me. She'll be at Matsuri. She's one of my bros. The girls I've been training for like a year and a half now. She's stacked. And I posted her a bunch, so I figured, I don't know, fuck it. I was so surprised no one else found other freaking pictures of her, because there's freaking tons. But anyways, so that happened. So then this is when the management portion came, and I'll go over that, and I'll tell you how I handled that situation, and I'll tell you what they said. But anyways, real quick before I say that, let's give Carnage a little bit of that BFG. That is like the 4th pink boy today, and I think 3 of them are Carnage. Thank you. Nope, we won't. You can't make us. Thank you so much, Carnage. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit these Go Boys real quick. Mild OCD says a lot of VTuber autism gets lost in translation. The joke was in poor taste due to how much community values privacy. Don't hate you for it, but it does show a severe cultural disconnect. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. 100% agree with that. And also, I didn't even talk about what Limu said. Lemon. Anyways, I'll talk about that in a second. Arc Lot says, it's not that the usual weirdos these women attract. She has beef with people outside of VTubing. She needs to be extra careful. Yeah, dude, I totally get that as well. So yeah, 100% agree with you on that. So I think her name's Limu or Limi.
Lumi. It's Lumi.
Lumi, yes. So she made a joke that I thought was fucking hilarious. She just said, "Kill him." And I laughed.
Wait, I thought that was somebody else.
No, it was Lumi, I think, said it. And I saw that, and somebody, they sent me that message board, and right when I clicked on the message board, it was like one of the first things I saw was like, it just said "kill him," and I laughed my ass. I was like, "Oh my god, it's hilarious!" And then I noticed she was banned already. I'm like, "Well, that's fucking funny."
Wait, what?
But I thought, so I saw people like talking about it, and I was like, "This is weird." Like, kind of weird that like my obvious joke of this blonde woman that's always on my Twitter all the time, that like most of my mods have met in real life. Nick Ricada knows her. We all know her. you know, and I obviously that I wouldn't expect the community to know that, you know, kind of like they, you know, shouldn't expect me to know all the culture shit. But I posted her several times. Why is this joke like not obvious, but why is just kill him more obvious? So I was like, it's kind of silly. Like I know it's a joke, but obviously if people fell for this blonde girl who's in shape, that's a joke, Pippa. No, obviously this blonde girl. You think if they fell for that, they're definitely gonna fall for kill him. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was funny. You know, like I was like, oh, it's silly because you know, I mean, it's kind of like we're going back and forth.
I knew immediately that I was like, if you know Camelot, it's like that's definitely not Pippa. That's just some girl. Like I know you train people for gym and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like to me, like it is a matter of perspective. It's like people don't know who you are, and they probably see your mustache and you're like, oh, this fucking Colonel, you know, Northern Civil War general faggot. I mean, dumbass. Can I say words on streams anymore?
I don't think that one, but you're fine.
Okay, but that is like the perspective issue. It's like people are just don't know, and like I know you, and it's like, come on, like, I don't know. That's just how I see it because I knew right away. I was like, this is one of his gym buddies.
Yeah, and somebody somebody said they made a video and they said that I was mad because Pippa called me gay because my mustache. Well, and I was like, that was my favorite clip from that stream, and I posted it everywhere. Like exactly. I'm literally like an openly gay man. I thought everybody knew. What the fuck? So I thought that was funny too. But a lot of it was funny to me. But clearly wasn't funny to a few people, and that's fine. But they thought I was burning down FaZe and stuff. But anyways, that's when the whole management thing comes in. And what's up, Umbrella Guy?
Oh, Tug is here. What's up, Tug? Love you, buddy.
Boy. So anyways, so this is what happened. So the management, I'll call it a packet because that's all I can really think about. It's like a bullet point list that FaZe management sent for my apology on Twitter, my public apology.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, and so I have to preface this with something. I don't work for FaZe. And I don't. From what I hear, allegedly FaZe is extremely abusive, and I don't care for that entity at all. Now, granted, I'm saying allegedly, obviously, because I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard some crazy shit, and I'm like, I don't really care for these people. And also, you know, just the word corpo, no, thank you, because like, you know, I worked in corporate environments for 13 years, and there is no way, shape, and form I'm going to be involved in that shit. I'm like, no, you can fuck off. I don't work for y'all. So they gave me this bullet point list, and I'll kind of give you a rundown of what it was. I have it right here. I'm not going to show it on stream, obviously, but here's what it says because it's got some kind of spicy stuff in there that I obviously can't show. But it says, number one, an apology to you and others whom it affected. Number two, bullet point, clarify it caused misunderstanding / rumors, and it was a meme / joke using not Pippa in the most literal sense. None of the rumors are true. Bullet point three, it happened because he doesn't know anything about VTubers. And then they had a pre-made, like already typed out apology for copy and paste, but I didn't use that. I redid it, obviously. And I apologized in my own way. And I apologized directly to Pippa in DMs, like immediately. Like, because when she messaged me, I'm like, look, dude, I'm fucking sorry. And I was like, I apologize that this affected you negatively. And I also apologize directly to you as a person.
Yeah.
This is not what the fuck I was. This is a joke, man. I did not expect this to happen.
Yeah.
But then the corpos came and I was like, ooh, not the corpos. No, we do not deal with the corpos here.
Johnny Silverhand, you got to get rid of the corpos. Yeah, no, no, and you were like sympathetic to me too in the end. So I was just like, dude, it was clearly initially, I don't know if you wanted me to give my perspective on the initial tweet, because I think I have an interesting thing, but you can finish out this bullet point first if you want.
Oh no, that's it. It's pretty short. I don't want to read the pre-written thing because I don't know if it'll be exactly what somebody's posted in the past, and I don't want to make it look like super like corporate-y and shit because I don't know if it was made just for me, but it was already pre-typed. It's like a big old paragraph, and I think it was longer than they'd even let me put on Twitter. But I just covered the bullet points in my apology.
That's weird.
So, and then I added a few things like in the sub tweets, just be like, oh, I apologize to the fans and I apologize to Pippa directly. And look, I understand immediately going into this that Pippa's not going to be my friend anymore. So I'm not like, I'm not trying to save any face. Like, I get it. I wouldn't probably either. So and I have no ill will. I love her. I think Pippa's awesome. I'll continue to watch Pippa with that, and I won't talk in her chat. I'm not trying to start anything because like I've never really started anything in my life. People were calling me that I've been a constant drama tuber for years. And I'm like, dude, I've never been. I don't do that shit. I talk about companies. This is the first time I've ever been involved in like a drama between a creator. Like I've never do that.
Yeah.
Usually I'll just disappear. So like I'll be like, nope, not involving myself in this. Like with the Melanie Mac thing, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, no, not involving myself in that. So that's how I felt about it. But then of course it kept going. And apparently somebody grabbed a picture from like my music studio from like fucking 4 or 5 months ago and claimed that they were in my house and they know who Pippa is. It was fucking crazy. It was wild.
So you got like harassment from that, probably like a decent amount.
Well, at one point my message requests were 99 plus. And it was just people, most of them were, you should be ashamed, which, yeah. And then,
are you talking about DMs?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And about 10 or 15 of them were like saying that they imply they're going to kill me or make me suffer, which I'm not worried about that. Because if you're idolizing over like a 12-year-old cartoon girl and like you're saying things like the fact that she's young makes my cock swell, like, yeah, I'm not really worried about you. It's fucked up. So like, not really worried. You probably won't be able to leave your house because you'll be too busy focusing on something else. So I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I've gotten that shit before. I mean, shit.
I would just say death threats in general are bullshit.
Yeah, they're always silly.
They're all people complain about them, and they say something's a death threat when it's not, and it's just like some of them are, but they're like instant gratification, whatever triggers that dopamine thing for the person, and none of it's real. I mean, the swatting shit is real. Fucking
yeah, I've been there.
Like that's real.
Yeah,
but the death threats, like I've had death threats for dumb shit, like for fucking Flashcast. People send me death threats
for like
literally. People tell me to go like they're gonna come hang me with a rope.
Dude, I've had that same shit,
and I didn't even do anything wrong. Like it's wild. Anyway, yeah. So I understand being annoyed by receiving a bunch of death threats, but I just would say this is not that big of a deal. But yeah.
I mean, if I would have, like, I think like the first month or two I was on YouTube and I was getting them from like Ride or Laugh GameStop employees. I was like, it was a little bit spookier because it was my first like 2 months, 3 months on YouTube. But then after that, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I was like, so this is normal. We get death threats all the time. So, and they never slow down. I get one a week, but obviously yesterday and today has been my biggest because I woke up and whatnot and was had the message request and I was like, let's go through these a little bit, but yeah. So, I'm not
I will say, I think to put in some context, I think the reason why, like there's really no reason in a vacuum why that tweet would go viral for the reason why it did. But if you take into account, like I was telling you, I think in DMs last night, I was like, the way people use certain language. If I can, oh no, I don't even need to pull up the tweet. You were just like, it's definitely not Pippa, right?
Yeah.
And you're right, it wasn't. But to be fair, like if I'm being, if I just got to be honest, like the language, it's definitely not is an internet social media like sort of irony. Like people use that kind of phrase a lot to mean the opposite of what they're saying.
It's like reverse psychology. Well, it's just a joke. That's
like Epstein definitely didn't kill himself. Like, that's the kind of thing. And I think a lot of people like read into it too much, and it's not necessarily, I mean, it's not your fault for their interpretation of it, but I will say that is something that you should be aware going forward. Just be aware of. It doesn't bother me, but like, I'm just explaining why people like took it the way they did,
Yeah, no. And dude, I totally get it now.
Yeah.
I understand. Cause like, I didn't think shit.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that thought you were doing the ironic thing, and it was Pippa. But those people like probably just shouldn't think that. It's like
yeah. Well, and dude,
it's
people
not.
were mad at Pippa at first because they're like, "How dare?" Because they, obviously just assumed it was her for some reason, and they just were like, "How dare she be a whore?" Like I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that it did cause it. I feel bad for people. Like I like sympathize where you're coming from a little bit, but like at the end of the day, I feel bad for Pip.
Yeah.
It's just like it's unnecessary like nonsense. But,
Yeah, but to be fair, like what this is probably going to end up doing, which obviously wasn't my intention, but it's probably going to make it to where FaZe won't do collabs outside of FaZe, which is what I would imagine. Obviously, never flash tubers ever again, which is what they call my dumbass. And
fuck, now I'm one. Fuck.
Yeah, rest in peace.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I got banned from Flashcast, so I'm not.
It's over. So, but yeah, so
yeah,
they, that's probably going to end all the collabs, I would imagine. But Pippa being easily their largest creator by like a fucking mile, I don't see anything. Well, as far as streaming numbers, I don't see anything happening because I mean Pippa pulls it. If you can go to Playboard right now, and Pippa's like 48th, and she's not been around very long.
Yeah, dominating.
And they're like she's 48 of all time, like in super chats, and she's only been there for a while. To put that in perspective, I'm 25th of like all time super chats, and I've been around for almost 5 years now.
What? So, are you? Wait. What the fuck, dude? That's insane.
Yes. Look at my mustache.
Oh man,
it brings in the pink boys and the red boys. Did you know?
I see that. No, dude. I'm saying that because I thought it was a joke. I thought like the whole grifter website thing, with the rankings, in correlation to like the super chats. I thought it was a fucking like joke, dude. Yeah. But I guess Nick and you guys all do pull in a bunch of super chats. I don't know.
Nick is like 4th, man.
Oh my god,
crazy. Yeah, and I mean it's just because we've been doing it a long time, and it is possible to be too attractive, lofty, as you can see. No, but like that's what's and I don't expect anything negative to happen to Pippa. I mean, if anything, I think it'll she'll get some dudes coming in, and they'll be like, "I'm sorry that happened to you." Show her some love, and I think it'll be a win-win. And also, they don't want to worry about my dumb ass. Like, because after this, I'm not talking about it. Because I'm not, I like Pippa, so I'm not trying to, drag her name through the mud. Obviously, because I wouldn't say anything negative about her at all. We've talked behind the scenes. She's sweet. She's a very sweet person. She's extremely intelligent. She's witty. She's quick. So, like, I don't have any ill will there.
Yeah, and it's like, it's important to separate the people that were genuinely like concerned about like the issue of people like, okay, if some people genuinely thought that was Pippa, like that's not a good thing, because then who knows what could happen from that. It's important to separate like those people from the people that are just concerned with the people that are like unhinged about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's different groups of people responding. I will say there's a validation to me that like why people were upset about the initial tweet, and like even you admitted that, and it makes total sense to me. And it's just an unfortunate situation. Like it's not that big of a deal, really, in the grand scheme of things. But
I think if Pippa was here, she'd say the same shit. It's just it was a bigger deal for management, and then it started blowing up out of fucking proportion, and the message boards were crazy. And Arikias brings up a point. He says sabotaging Nick's future stream with Pippa. So I talked to Nick about this yesterday, I think, or this morning, and he said management told them that Pippa or any FaZe Connect person would never appear on his show ever in the history of them being in business. So,
like either way, whether or not this happened.
Yeah, whether or not it just. So, and that's the thing is
that's his own fault. He does the unbreaded. It's his fault.
Yeah, and Pippa just came on my stream, and she just fucking came on my stream. She didn't say anything, and we had a great time. So yeah, this is very unfortunate that this goofy ass joke turned into a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah, dude. I tried to collab with Pippa, and it's not gonna happen now. But no, I'm
you
joking.
goofed. You goofed.
I just made her a funny video. I was like, let's collab. And I sent her a fake bunny, and I like quote unquote doxed her house, and it was just this like fake Google picture of a rundown like Resident Evil house. It was a funny meme. It was a funny meme. It was
That
funny.
makes sense because she's dirty and doesn't bathe. The squid says,
Yeah.
all I gotta say is that was funny as fuck on Twitter, seeing people read about an obvious joke. Funnier seeing people accusing you of clout chasing. Yeah, that was, I mean, that's what I do, baby. What's up? We the clout chasing gay guy. It's good. Thank you, my friend. I love you. Disco Cobra says, I know the Titan sub is old news already, but I'm still perplexed. How could they have been that careless? James Cameron spent more time down there and way more expensive and capable crap. Why not build one like that? Yeah. So, little tidbit, fun fact: the submarine failed an hour and like 16 minutes in to the mission, and they acted like they didn't know for like days for some reason. And they had a rescue effort that they knew was like
over that. I don't know if I fully agree with you, but I understand what you're saying, and I know where you got that from. But I don't know if that's confirmed.
James Cameron said that shit like the other day.
Cameron said that he knew personally what happened, but I don't think he was basing it on actual evidence. He was saying based on what the loss of communication, he just instantly knew what happened. I don't know where you're getting the evidence of that, but you might be right.
It's from James Cameron. That's all the evidence I need, Lofty.
Dude, I watched the interview.
Just said that 3 movies, Lofty, $2 billion plus.
Dude, he made a movie called The Abyss, which is an underwater movie. Really, it's pretty good. Obviously, he also made Aliens and fucking Avatar.
Yes.
And he loves water, man. He just loves water.
Dude, who doesn't? I drink it all the time. You know,
he went 3 times deeper.
That's what she said.
He did. That is what she said. Are we as a human species, are we like fucking the ocean with our with our penises?
Yes.
Is that what we're doing? We're going deep into it.
Our septic tanks eventually get there at some point.
Yeah.
So all of us are part of the ocean. Real quick on locals, my buddy Outlaw 2, and it doesn't freaking okay. He says, looking forward to this episode. I hope the issues or differences have largely been resolved. Much love to Camelot, Pippa, and I guess Lofty. Fishman, everything's going to be okay. Maybe a video explaining the differences in cultures of fans. That actually might be good. If there's like some kind of like introduction to VTuber culture from somebody to show.
You said there's been a couple of videos made about it already. I'm sure there will be more.
Yeah, and they weren't, dude. Like I was really expecting to get drug, and every one of these videos I've watched, people are being super cool and level headed. They're like, Camelot obviously is this goofy ass joke, and then of course the schizos went fucking wild, and he didn't know, but he needs to understand what's going on. And I'm like, okay, I'm listening. You know, I'm not going to be a jackass and just 100% deny everything, but I will say it's a joke, and people are. I still feel like people are overreacting. Still, to this day, because I mean, I could understand if it was Pippa, you know. So, like if it was,
I think it's a combination of overreacting people and then genuinely like reasonable concerned people. Like it's not all one or the other. That's what you know. Right? What I mean?
Yeah.
It's never it's never one or the other.
It's the loudest. You know, the loudest.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Gotcha, son. Go boy for the Goomba. I love you. I appreciate you, my friend. We're already almost halfway to Fight Milk. We're 22 away from Naked Snake already, which is like a record, I think, for at least the last couple months. Thank you guys. Sushi says 9 out of 10 VTubers are related to Captain Winky. I don't even know who the hell that is. Who's Captain Winky, Lofty?
Captain Winky, dude? I don't know, man.
See, I saw that name a bunch of times pop up in forums. I don't know what that is. See, I don't know anything about this shit. I'm a dumb redneck man from Trailer Park, Alabama. You know about weeb culture and like not being sexually active and stuff. I don't know about that stuff. Come on now. I'm literally the guy from Idiocracy. It's like, I'm gonna fuck all y'all. And the retarded guy, that was me. That's me. I'm the dumb guy that reproduces.
You're the guy that ran out of bubble gum.
Yeah, that's me, man. Fear the Beer Cat says first time super chat. Tell the VTuber Simps to suck the Goomba. That tweet was funny as hell. You randomly bring up Pippa constantly. It's a run joke. Yeah. And like, I'm not going to tell the Simps to suck a Goomba. Look, they have a thing they like, a hobby, if you will. And I'm not going to shit on it. But also they got to understand where I'm coming from, you know, or try to at least, you know, there's two sides to this.
That's the thing. They have to understand where you're like, it's easy for me to understand.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of the VTuber community. Like I don't want to shit on the VTuber community either. So I got to push back. They're not all fucking crazy people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that like look, Pippa is a I hate to throw this word around, but she's kind of a genius.
Yeah.
I think a comedic, like artistic genius in a way. And I understand why people like kind of obsess over I think Shondo is another like sort of like weird genius kind of and chat will know what I'm talking about. I just think Shondo is like intellectually like very fascinating as a VTuber.
Yeah, I
But,
find myself watching. So I watch Pippa, and Pippa's show is fun. You know, I like it. And then I'll jump over to another like person from Face Connect or whatever, or like another one I've never heard of, or this one, and I fucking can't watch it. I'm like, I just can't watch this shit.
I don't pay attention to companies. I like Tenma. I know they're in. Tenma is another Face Connect VTuber. I think
Yeah.
I like her stuff a lot. She's hilarious.
Yeah,
I think she roasted you. I think she roasted you.
Yeah, I saw her playing God of War recently, and I thought that was fun. But I watched it for a little while. But yeah, she pissed at me, which
I think she got pissed.
I mean, they have every right to be.
I think Shondo got pissed at you too, and she called you. Look, to be fair, from her perspective, it's like I don't think you. No, I know you weren't being malicious. I think she's wrong, and I think Pippa may have corrected her on it. But look, it's just a complicated thing. It's like it's hard because if you're in that community, it's like how could you do this without being malicious? It's like, well,
Yeah,
guys, you got to understand, not everybody's in your community.
yeah.
It's you know what I mean.
They were ripping Pippa apart for defending me on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're like, how could she possibly bend the knee and blah blah blah? And I'm like, but that's legit. Like, I don't fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think it's fun. I think I'm just fucking bantering with my friends like I would anybody. And they're like, well, if you did this to a normal flesh tuber, they'd have the same reaction. I'm like, no, they fucking wouldn't. Sorry, they wouldn't. Like, they're not gonna, because let's be honest, if you're a female and don't show your face ever and you don't have an avatar or nothing, yeah, you're not gonna get a following. Sorry. It's not how that works. Yeah, like, because that's part of it. You have to be some kind of alluring physical traits to bring you to the forefront, which is why VTubing for women is so successful. Because,
dude, I can't.
Some of these women probably are shaped like apples. You know what I'm saying? But they can put on the camera and they can make a living, which is kick ass. You know, going forward with that. And if they have a great personality, which if you're shaped like an apple, you tend to have a good personality. Because you have to like to fit in. That's how I was fat as fuck. I was obese growing up my whole life. So I was like, I gotta do something, be the funny guy. And then I think
it's a fact. I don't know if anyone's ever done a deep dive into the perception of what you think a VTuber is versus like what they are versus their like what like their genuine value as like a person or like an entertainer. Like there's got to be a psychological breakdown there of like a society that's it's got to be a deep video essay kind of thing. I don't know if anyone's ever done it.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean? It's fascinating.
It's actually, it was really, really cool to learn all this shit. Like I got the crash course real fast and learning all this stuff about these communities that I definitely won't be involved in. And people are like, good luck. Congratulations getting banned from VTubers for the rest of forever. And I'm like, well, that's not exactly a loss for me. I just talk to people that are people. I'm not trying to go anywhere and do a certain thing. The Pippa thing was completely random. And it was a great show. Had a great time. So
yeah.
Billy Hatcher says, I bet Lofty knows who Shy Lily is. She's a busty orca VTuber. Orca? Like a whale?
What?
A whale?
Lofty knows who Shy Lily is. Oh, I like her.
Shy
yes,
Lily.
I love her design.
Okay, I'm looking at
I don't know, dude. I forgot to mention this. I'm trying to get like an actual 2D model, like design, like
yeah.
Here's do you know how much they cost? They're like $2,000, dude.
Jesus.
Minimum for like a good one. And I have concept art. I have everything lined up, dude. I have an aesthetic that I want to go for. It's like a retro Michael Jackson kind of like bad music video kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But then also with like a Sega Dreamcast kind of like gamer vibe. Anyway, I have this whole aesthetic that I want.
Jet Set Radio. Yeah.
And Well, dude, I have like this cool. I designed this cool necklace that has a. Do you remember VMUs on the Dreamcast?
Yeah, dude, I love them bitches.
Do you remember those things where they play little games and their memory cards?
Yeah, and they had you had to replace that CR 2032 battery all the damn time.
Oh,
Yeah,
that stupid battery or two
little
of them.
circle fucking thing. Yeah,
Two of them or something. But anyway, that's like the necklace. I designed a necklace with like that instead of like rappers who have the like gold, fucking their face or something on a necklace.
yeah.
I got a VMU on a necklace. Anyway, I have this whole thing in mind. It's just like so expensive, man. I just started VTubing like a year ago, so I'll get there eventually. But yeah, it's just kind of annoying.
So, what's the rules against like cosplaying these VTubers?
I don't even know. Oh, what? Oh,
Because you can
that's
buy like
interesting.
their cosplay outfits like online. Like, is there like a rule against that?
I think people like that. I think people. I don't know actually. I don't see too many
Interesting.
cosplayers of Pippa. I will say, I see a lot of fan art.
Yeah, I'm trying to like find out what's the line. So, like, if you're cosplaying
I actually don't know. That's a good question.
and you're doing a good cosplay, like a convincing cosplay, are people assuming that could possibly be that person?
No, well that would be retarded. That would be a leap, a mentally deficient leap of like rationality.
Almost as dumb as a random blonde girl me posting being fucking
Almost, not quite. But
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
yeah,
'Cause
like
yeah, it's similar.
my boy Halo Millennium. A good majority of the VTubers community, specifically on Twitter, is horrendous because the majority of them are VTweeters more than VTubers and just cause problems. Yeah, well, I mean, it comes from the feeding the drama, like the drama beast, right? That picture of that girl I posted would not be at 800,000 views right now if it wasn't for that shit. It's at 800,000 views. What the fuck? So like that's what's it's people feeding into it. And that all these VTubers fucking hopping on board, like popular VTubers, and fucking going at, like, just making everything worse. Not for me. Like, I don't like it. Doesn't bother me. Like, people are like, Camelot's gonna be burnt down to the ground. And I'm like, I don't fucking care about any of this. Like, I don't care. I just care that like when Pippa messaged me and she's like, yeah, it's kind of fucks me a little, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. I didn't want to do that. It was a joke, right? But other than that,
Yeah.
So, and then people tell me to kill myself. That was great. I don't mind that at all because the way I look at it is, if I die, if one of these fedora dudes walks by and I don't smell him before he's coming and I can't defend myself, and he takes me out, I don't got to pay my mortgage anymore. It's a win-win, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a win-win, Lofty. Mario Trujillo says, thank you, Cody, for all the dating issues I've ever had to ask. I've never had to ask, why did it have to be the brother? Why did it have to be the brother, man? Keep hustling. Glorious, good boy. Appreciate you. Jay's Gabe and Butthole says, gonna come to Alabama, and me and Camelot are gonna slang from each other's cacks. Cox! Not a threat. I love promise. I love this man enough to go to Alabama. I appreciate you, man. I look forward.
Wait, while you're doing super chats, I'm gonna quick go pee. I have to go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
get on it, doggone it.
I'll be right back.
Feel free. Fire PA says anime was a mistake. It's nothing but trash. What is it? What is the old joke? 2 bombs was not enough. Background noise says anime. Anyone who hangs out with Cecil's cool. Me, love that some bitch. Mildly OCD says you're confusing FaZe Clan for FaZe Connect. What did I say? I thought I said FaZe Connect. I normally have YouTube on the background when I'm doing stuff, so I never comment. Keep your head up. Thank you, Samantha. I love you. Chris Cola says the whole VTuber situation is lame. The audience for that sector is legitimate crazy. I'm sure they'll forget about it eventually. Or they've already, majority of them forgot about it already. Because I think it's more fun for them, because if you went to the message boards, like, they were like cheering that it's like, oh, this is the biggest yab or some shit, like in like the last couple years, and they're like, yeah. And I was like, what? And then when I posted my apology, everybody was calling me based and screaming. They're like, Camelot's fucking based. And I'm like, what? Why? You know what I'm saying? I did not. I had a very sincere, emotionally driven apology, everyone. I don't know why everybody was calling me based. It's strange. Art the Clown, my boy, says, I had no idea the VTuber community before yesterday. Thanks a lot. Yeah, dude. Art was asking really like good questions, trying to get to the bottom of like how people were feeling and why they were feeling this way. So what is Pippa's rating? 8. Thank you, Xander Z Rants. I love you. Appreciate it. It's a joke. I have to clarify all this shit with just a joke. Please do not cancel me again. Please. But yeah, so as far as I know now, look, I haven't looked at my email lately, so I don't know if FaZe is coming in. But I think they're gonna just let it die. That's what I would do. Because there's nothing there, And hopefully it doesn't affect Pippa in any negative way. I think it'll probably help her a little bit, just a little. I don't think it'll be. You'll know the next time she streams. If her stream's popping off, it's good. Fuck it, no harm, no foul. It's just the only thing that is the foul is me and Pippa not really being friends anymore, and that's not my choice, obviously. But I mean, I'm not going to tell somebody to, yeah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like if somebody did something to me and I was really, I don't know if I'd be their friend either. So I get it. So that's nothing negative there. I still feel the same way I've always felt about Pippa. I think she's great. But that damn Limu, how dare you? Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Why is everybody saying why is everybody saying the same thing in the chat? Oh my God. I wonder. So Sauce has a good point. He says, "I wonder what it's like to have a female VTuber and have the internet constantly why not for you." Well, that's kind of goes hand in hand, right? It goes hand in hand with. I mean, if I didn't know any of this, but I saw the message board, and I read a few of the messages, and a lot of these people believe they're legitimately in some kind of like relationship, like pretend relationship with characters, which is fucking whatever you want to do in life, I guess. Sometimes it gets a little weird, and like they like what's the word? I saw one string of messages where they were fantasizing where one of the girls was like extremely young, like 13 or 12 or something, and they were talking about how hard it made them, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't like this part of this community. That's fucking gross. So parasocialism, yeah, parasocial relationships, all that stuff. They project their like this relationship, so they feel like they have to protect the person that they feel has been slighted. So people call it being terminally online, and I'm just going from stuff that I read. I'm not like slighting anybody in any way. Look, I have like my hobbies are racing and building engines, building cars and shit. So yeah, people make fun of it all the time. Halo William says, one more to make up for not making it tonight. How dare you? How dare you? Thank you, my friend. I love you. I appreciate you. Ryu says, any ab workout tips? I want them to pop more. I've got my bench up to 260. Damn, son. Trying to be a bulk natty. Any workout tips? Just do planks and try to work on your center of your core and not your obliques. Do a little bit less obliques, more core, like more direct, like crunch, not oblique, right? So, but when it comes to abs, I'll be honest, it is almost entirely diet based. Unfortunately, because if you have the body fat there, your abs will just push them out as they grow. So you'll just look kind of fatter. Right. So it's all about dieting, man. And yeah, so I heard about this too, some venti thing with VTubers, and they were shitting all over her. I don't know what was going on there. So I just didn't, like I said, I don't know anything about the culture, but
okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Can you explain that? I don't know if you know, but so Brittany Venti went through a spell like 2 months ago or something, and it was all about like some lolly stuff. Like, is there some kind of entwined thing in the culture? Like, what is that about? Do you know?
Yeah, I try not to get involved in drama, especially because I know Brittany and hung out with her and shit at Matsuri and whatever. Yeah. But I think there's just her take on people who I don't know, dude. It's complicated. I mean, yeah, she's calling out an entire community of people, and she's kind of generalizing.
Yeah.
It's like it gets to the point. It's very complicated, dude. I don't even know. Like I don't know if she's talking about just like. I don't know how the VTuber community comes into play, honestly, because I think she also has a problem with VTubers. Like with Gargura, she kind of went viral for because Gargura has like this, small cute character, and it's like people are fans of just like cute characters. So I she's generalizing, and I kind of disagree with kind of that. I don't like I'm putting people into an umbrella and then saying everybody's.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But you're right. There's weird people, dude. Like it's complicated.
Yeah, it gets a little spicy, and I 100% agree with you. I don't think all these people are involved in anything like that. And to speak ill of Brittany Venti for just a moment, because I love doing that. So she doesn't like porn. So of course she's gonna think some crazy shit like that. And I love porn, bro. Stomach pancakes is my midnight activity.
Yeah.
Right? So like I gotta find the good stuff. If I can make some stomach pancakes, light some candles, turn on some music, maybe some typo negative, if I took a few edibles. So you know what I'm saying? So I get it. But no, saying all porn, get out of here with that bullshit, girl. You can't be saying porn is bad and then also put your fat titties in your thumbnail. You double dipping, bitch.
Campbell, I sent you something in private chat. I just had a question, but but no. So and what you were saying about the gym thing, I need to get back to the gym because I used to go to the gym all the time, man. I was a collegiate athlete, volleyball player and shit. Like I still can play and like I'm athletic and shit, but like gym culture just disappeared from my life. Is that I don't know. I think it's a motivation problem, man.
Yeah, I have to go or else I'll put a gun in my mouth.
Well,
it's a weird mental thing that I have. It's a mental block.
Look, I've always been kind of thin. Like I played, like I said, I played volleyball from 14 to I still play, but I played, we placed fifth in states my senior year of high school. Like, so I'm not trying to brag, but like I used to be athletic and shit, and now I'm just like, fuck. Like I do type. Do you know Billy Blank's boot camp?
No.
Are you kidding me, dude? You don't know Billy Blanks? Big black guy. He has this boot camp, right? Where he put out these things. They're somebody in chat knows.
I've seen them.
They attach to your fist and your feet, right? And
yeah.
they're elastic bands. That's the kind of shit that I like to do. Yeah, and I can motivate myself to do that because it's in my home and he's very, very hype. Like he reminds me of like just I don't know, dude. He's very hype and his videos are great, but going to the gym by myself is a different story.
Dude, I love it. I put my earbuds in, listen to some freaking All That Remains. Fucking love that shit. Yeah, it's just, you got to make yourself go. And then once you're there enough in a row, like it sticks. But then you can fall out of it too. If you take too much time off, you're like, yeah, I ain't going back. You know what I'm saying? So something you got to keep going. But somebody in the chat, I think it was Carrie, said boobs are not porn when I was talking about having titties out. Yeah, the whole point is it hurts.
Tybo, that's what it's called. Sorry.
Yes, Tybo, yes. But the whole point is the porn industry negatively affects women. It objectifies women. It puts all these negative stigmas on women. And then you're talking about all these things that encompass why porn is bad. And then your thumbnail for the click-through rate is your fat ass delicious titties hanging out that I just want to give a good rubbing. You know what I'm saying? So like it's you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Look, no, I would, I'd suck a titty or two, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I disagree. That's all I'm saying, baby. Speaking of disagreeing, carnage undone. Damn, son. The Pink King today has spawned the Doom Guy music so many times.
Damn, dude.
Says Cody and Lofty, if you guys watched Renfield, it's a horror comedy with Nicolas Cage as Dracula. One of my friends who watched it with me said it was the most autistic thing he's ever seen. I found that hysterical because I have Asperger's. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've been wanting to because Nicolas Cage is the GOAT. I watched Mandy recently. God, it was awesome.
Mandy's phenomenal. Renfield, I probably won't ever watch. It just doesn't appeal to me. I hear he's in 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh no,
or something like a lot, not
110 minutes,
not a lot, and Renfield just looks to me like a goofy normie horror movie. Not my cup of tea. I tried watching The Pope's Exorcist. Absolute trash. There's a lot. There's a lot of normie bait, lowest common denominator horror movies coming out lately. That's one of them.
Yeah,
and they're just jump scare, predictable plot twist.
Yeah,
and it's like people are gonna buy this because society's dumb, and it's like I think horror fans are much smarter than people give them credit for, and that's why shit like The Witch or The Lighthouse or like Get Out, like stuff like edgy stuff is actually really popular. Like
Dude.
some of the, you know what I mean?
Fucking life.
And Mandy,
Awesome.
Mandy.
You like my lobster? I see it. God,
Yeah.
it was a great movie.
The Lobster.
When he finally gets into the lot and he's like,
Yeah.
and then he's just getting eaten
the
by a bird.
Lighthouse. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's fantastic. It's cool.
God, it was
There's
great.
like this, and there's this revival of like body horror. Like if you I don't know if you're a David Cronenberg fan, but David Cronenberg did The Fly, Videodrome, The Brood, all that stuff. His son is making movies now, Brandon Cronenberg. So Brandon Cronenberg did a movie called Possessor, and then his latest movie was Infinity Pool with Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård. So the guy from The Northman, the main character from The Northman, jacked as fuck, dude. He's in the movie called Infinity Pool with Mia Goth, who's going to be in the new Blade. And I just think horror is like doing really well right now, and we don't need like normie like bait. Like we want creative, unique, edgy horror shit.
I agree. Real quick, good question. Real quick. By the way, Holy Ozone the Evil Dead was crazy. I need to watch it. I love you, Rob. I miss you, baby. Ryu says, "Hold on, Lofty. I'll drag you into the gym with me. I'll have you bulk in no time." Ryu's gonna get you thick as hell, baby. And Fire PA says, "Speaking of gym stuff, is RFK Jr. on the juice?" Yes, obviously. You can't be a 70-year-old man and develop fucking muscle mass and look like a god. All right, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's 70. The fuck you want him to be falling over, being like, no, we're not stage left, and you want him to be jacked. Of course, do you want to be jacked
like
at 70, or do you want to be frail and dumb as fuck? Yeah, you want to be jacked, obviously. Like, come on, he's probably been on TRT for 35 years. Thank you, Fire PA. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. Fuck it, dude. Like, geez, there's actually health benefits to being on low dose testosterone when you're in your older age. Billy Hatcher says, "Do you know Ina from Hello Live, Lofty?"
Yes, I don't have a lot of time to watch too many VTubers, so I stick to like 3 or 4, but I don't watch her content. Yeah, I know who she is. She's funny.
I've heard that name so many times. Mildly OCD says, "Just to draw a connection, think of something culturally important to be racing or working out community. They tell newcomers, don't do this." Let's see, racing or working out, no idea. Not to warrant the kind of reaction that happened on Twitter. I can't think of one. I mean, there's stuff you wouldn't do, but they'd be like, hey, they pull you to the side at a race, like a sanctioned event. Do something, they pull you to the side and be like, hey man, we don't do that. So just letting you know. And then go back on and do what you need to do, and just now you know. And no one would say anything. It wouldn't be like fucking Twitter and everybody's kicking you out and beating your ass in the parking lot, throw rocks at your car and shit and call you like a bit. It wouldn't be like that. Right. So it's definitely different. It's not that. And I'll be honest, I've been around a lot of racing my whole life, and I've been around gym culture my whole life, and I've probably met one schizo dude in this whole entire time, and I can't even remember who it was. So yeah, it's different from like hundreds of schizos versus like 0. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the point. Real quick, let me hit this 50 over on Rumble. Insidious Bliss says the whole thing is gay as the mustache. However, seems jokes can't be jokes because of dumb reasons. Thank you, Insidious. I love you. I appreciate you, my man. For the purple Rumble boy. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. My man's noted over here.
Purple is what?
It's 50.
Oh, damn. It's wild.
Which puts us officially 370 to Fat Milk. For the first time in forever.
For the first time. What's that from? Oh, shit. What's that
Frozen,
from?
maybe? Is it from Frozen?
For the forever. Wait, damn it. It's something Disney related.
I'll be tangled. Shit, I don't know. I only watch Moana and Coco.
Shit. People in chat are making fun of me because I like Rings of Power. Because they're like, dude, don't trust Lofty's movie takes because he likes Rings of Power.
Now, to be fair, Lofty didn't like Rings of Power.
I don't like it.
To be fair, he liked the first 2 episodes.
I liked the pilot, dude. I liked where they were going, and they never went where I thought they were going. So I just tend to. But you know what? People focus on one thing. They're like, "Oh, he likes the pilot," and they just don't pay attention to the rest of my review. You know, and it's like, oh, even if I did like Rings of Power, like, does that mean that like my take on like the Alien, like my favorite movies, dude? Like, are you just gonna ignore that like Alien is a good movie, or like
Well,
The Fellowship of the Ring, or
here-
Princess Mononoke, or Jurassic Park, Apocalypse Now, Kill Bill, The Matrix, like
no,
everything guys.
I might think Lofty, to be fair. If you
Yeah.
said Rings of Power was good, I might rethink how I feel about those movies.
But here's the problem: you don't know somebody's taste in shit until you like talk with them. You can't like judge them based on one thing or like three things. You just can't.
Yeah. So,
Especially pop culture, you really can't. Pop culture is a totally different beast than.
well,
like,
everybody yells at me because I love Moana. So,
Oh, don't you like Avatar? Did you get shit for
Yeah.
that?
I liked Avatar too, and everybody. I think it was Flash told me it wouldn't make over 600 million, maybe.
He said that to me.
And I was like, bro, I told him, I was like, I bet it makes 1.5 or 2 billion. And everybody's
I
like,
won
there's
money
no
off
way. There's no
Yeah.
way. And I'm like, oh look, $2 billion.
I was like, if it hits $1 billion, if it doesn't hit $1 billion, I'll make a rap song and stream it.
No.
And they were like, some guy was like, oh, I won $100 off that bet.
I mean, look at the marketing based around James Cameron, and also he knows how to appeal to overseas markets like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right. So you put in $1 billion just overseas at least. So
I just think that movie is a gorgeous, like,
it was great.
world building masterpiece. And the story's not as bad as people say. They're like, Dances with Wolves in Space. And I'm like, dude, have you ever seen like Last Samurai with Tom Cruise? Like, that movie gets a lot of praise, but that's like literally Dances with Wolves with Samurai. Like it's the same story. Like if your criticism of Avatar is that it's copying Dances with Wolves, you got to have a problem with fucking Ferngully or Pinocchio or Pocahontas or The Last Samurai or a million other movies. Like you just lose me at that point. Like who cares? It's a good trope. It's a good storytelling trope.
Yeah, I think people just want to hate it. I think
They just do. They do.
We got really used to hating every movie that could be possibly misconstrued as being the popular like mainstream deal, which I understand, dude. I get it. Like everything sucked for a while, and then now still stuff kind of sucks ass. So
yeah,
you know, Disney will announce they're losing money, everything's terrible. There's all these rumors going around, and then they're like, "Oh, never mind, a new trilogy based around Rey," and everybody's like, "Why would you do this to me?" Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that's dumb.
That important. Like
That's
Jesus. God, I feel like eventually you're gonna be in the hole no matter what. That's what she said. Nick Cage is in the majority of Renfield Carnage. Undone says, "Thank you." Well, I might watch it then, dude. I love it. Actually, I love him. Fucking love that motherfucker. Willy's Wonderland, masterpiece.
Pig,
masterpiece. Pig, masterpiece.
Unbearable Weight of Massive Being.
I have
you
not
seen
seen
it?
that.
Great movie with Pedro Pascal. Really fun Nicolas Cage movie. Highly recommend it.
I think Pedro's hanging on by a thread for me. Like, and it's because I do pretty good at separating the art from the artist.
I do too.
I'm really good at it. But eventually, I'm like, for example, Mark Ruffalo can eat my ass. If I ever see him anything, I'm like,
that's
no.
true. That's true. There's a limit. There's a limit.
There's a limit, and he passed it. He's like, when fucking Rittenhouse blew those like sex offender guys away, the guy that like assaulted and forcibly assaulted, I'm just going to say that on YouTube, a bunch of underage children, and was convicted and let out of prison for some reason, I guess.
Oh, dude, they're doing it all over again with this pride rally nonsense.
Oh my God. So he's defending these people, and I'm like, can you just kill yourself? Like, what do you mean defending? And then he starts to sell NFTs. I think he was one of the guys trying to sell NFTs.
Yeah, no, that was John Cusack. But
yeah, well, I think there was multiple. I know John Cusack was doing it, but I think Mark Ruffalo was launching some NFT. I'm like, you fuck all y'all, eat my ass.
I ratioed John Cusack in about 5 minutes.
Well, it's because he gets like
5 minutes, dude.
Why does he only get like 4 likes? That's weird.
He has like 1 million followers and he gets like 10 likes per tweet. Like it's insane.
That's called bots.
Insane. It's bots. It's bots, dude.
Shit, I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of likes and retweets on half my tweets, and I don't even, my following just barely, it goes up 0.1 like once a week. That's how slow that shit is. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know why you guys don't follow me. Grand Hedgehog with a $20 Rumble rant says, good tropes and blatant stereotypes have been telling excellent stories since the dawn of time. Ain't nothing wrong with playing it safe, baby. You ain't got to go too hard. Okay. You ain't got to go too hard. You know what I mean? Like, I'm totally fine with it. Isaac Baruch's wholesome gabagool art says, I don't agree with Lofty a lot of the time, but he does create good discussions and sometimes makes me do a thunk and change my mind. Look at that, Lofty.
I get that a lot.
You're changing lives every day.
I'm kind of a strange enigma, and I'm not trying it. It's just like, I don't know. Some people are like, oh, That's a weird opinion, but I don't know, dude.
That's a strange
know.
opinion. Yeah, no, dude, I totally get it. Speaking of getting it, we are 100 likes away from goal, and we are 320 from Fight Milk. We're getting there on the Lofty stream. Almost 700 people in here. Make sure you give it a good old fashioned up doodle. I appreciate you guys so much. But we got so much to talk about today. We got so much to talk about. And dude, I had the funny thing is like while we've been streaming, I haven't been paying attention to what's going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? Because there's shit, dude. There's shit going on right now. Like somebody said, Camelot's not a VTuber and he's not beholden to any form of VTuber etiquette. I agree with that. All these things, people saying it's definitely not makes people think it's actually, that yeah, that's the joke. It's the joke. It's a goofy joke, and the whole point is with the Pippa thing, is it is all like that's why it's like a double joke. So saying it's definitely not in the context of you can see the person, and it's definitely not Pippa. That's the funny thing. Like it's definitely not, and also you can see it, and it's definitely not Pippa. Because why the fuck would Pippa be in Alabama hanging out with me when she streams every fucking other day? When is she streaming? Where is she streaming? Like how the hell she when stream? Get back home and 9 hours away, wherever the hell she lives. I don't know. I assume it's about within that range. And like how the fuck is she gonna be? So it's funny. Like it's so impossible for it to be true. It's funny that it's saying, oh, it's definitely.
That's why it'll blow over.
Yeah,
so quickly.
So and then so somebody said my second joke made it worse. What is my second joke?
The apology, maybe? I don't know.
That was a sincere apology, Lofty. I don't understand why everybody keeps saying this. I was sincere and direct. I was very sincere, Lofty. I apologize to Pippa,
bro.
Pippa's fans.
I took it legit, dude, for like I don't know, a good 30 minutes until I got some people commenting.
It's still legit.
With screenshots. Yeah, no, I know it is, but it's this elephant in the room, dude.
Yeah,
what am I supposed to say,
dude? Look, I can't help. I can't help
the Zodiac. The Zodiac. What's the other show? Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny. Conspiracy theory, like
the book of what is that movie with where Tom Hanks is going everywhere and it's Jesus stuff?
Book of Eli.
No, the fuck.
What?
No, that's not Tom Hanks.
Oh fuck. Oh, Catch Me If You Can. Wait, now I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's definitely it, Lofty. That's definitely it. You cinephile. Demons and darks.
Oh yeah, demons. Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons, and then the Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, fucking.
Look, dude. I mean,
that was a blind black man.
If you do the math on the apology tweet, it's like 1 in a trillion or something, dude. Like everybody knows this.
1 in a trillion of what? What do you mean?
The first sentence of every. Am I gonna be the bad guy here?
I'm just confused. I don't understand what's going on. I'm just trying.
You ever seen the movie Zodiac? Yes. Really good movie.
I'm trying to explain my deep, sincere apology to all these plebs, and they're like, "It doesn't make any difference if you're just joking around." I'm like, "I'm not joking. I said I love my friends, and I apologize sincerely to them."
He apologizes. Guys.
Yeah, I mean, when a corporate entity management team comes to me and they're like, "Look, bro, you need to do this thing, bro." I listen and I heed these warnings.
You better you better bow down to the corpus.
I kneel.
Yeah.
Jace.
They're the ones who will wreck you.
I give you my sword. Yeah, so I'm still confused to this day, but hey man, I can't speak for all the Alex Joneses of the world. Fire PA says felt really old today seeing the remake trailer for Super Mario RPG. Literally feels like yesterday dressing as Mario for Halloween in first grade. Damn. Dude, same. Like, I remember dressing up as like a skeleton and walking to.
Oh, dude.
And it was there was kids and adults and shit and like spooky houses and just like shoulder to shoulder kids getting candy and trick-or-treating. Now, dude, I live in one of those neighborhoods. And I buy candy every year, and I don't get one kid every year. It's weird. I'm like, oh, damn. I'll just eat the whole kid and then I eat it all myself.
I was a Ninja Turtle for many years when I was a kid for Halloween.
That makes sense.
And then, well, when I was a kid, I keep forgetting how I think we're similar in age. But dude, the live action Ninja Turtle movies were fire.
Bro, well, the third one's a little weird, but the first two
Yeah.
goated.
Yeah, they were goated.
Like in Japan, and they were like actual samurai.
I still liked it, man. That villain was kind of based.
Yeah, but dude, I remember. I think I might have saw one of those in theaters. I remember loving those. Do
you remember the first movie you saw in theaters?
Lion King.
Really?
I remember
1994, right?
1994, and I remember the
I didn't see that in theaters.
Circle of Life, and I was like, oh, it was like crazy as shit. And then I remember seeing Aladdin in theaters. I remember seeing
the first movie I have memory of is Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound.
I don't know. I might have saw that in theaters. I can't. I've seen it.
With the dogs.
And then the cat is at the very end. The dog.
Kitty.
I made it back. I missed you so much. And it's like, oh my god,
4 or 3.
Oh my god.
I somehow have a memory of it.
Titanic, though. I saw Titanic in theaters, and that shit, because when you're that age, especially, and even if you're not, that shit looked like real. It looked like they just built the Titanic and filmed it.
Yeah, that's James Cameron, baby.
And I watched it to this day, and I'm like, damn, this is great. I watched the 20th anniversary in theaters. Fucking love it.
Oh, that's an experience, man.
It was great, and I saw it originally in theaters. Back in the day. God, I love that fucking shit.
I like DiCaprio. There's this weird hatred of DiCaprio. A lot of people like him, but there's some people that hate his guts. But I think he's
Tom Cruise.
A fantastic chameleon of an actor.
I think he's great. I mean, people don't like Tom Cruise for that same. They don't. I love Tom Cruise.
I think he's a good actor too. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's fun. He's fucking fun. And so,
but he's not as good as DiCaprio.
No, not as an actor. No, but you got to think Tom Cruise doesn't spend all of his day being terminally online yelling at people and trying to morally grandstand. He's too busy riding motorcycles and skydiving and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's cool.
Dating 23-year-olds. Yeah.
Which is what I would do, Lofty.
Yeah.
That's what I do now.
DiCaprio. Now, I'm a big fan of him. The Aviator to me is one of my favorite movies. Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
Howard Hughes. Oh God. Chat, if you haven't seen The Aviator, trust me. It's such a dramatically epic movie.
Dude, I've seen every DiCaprio film. I loved Gilbert Grape. And I legitimately thought he was mentally incapacitated, in real life, until I saw Titanic. And I was like, holy shit, it's Arnie. And he's not oh. I could not believe it.
Dude, he's great in Django Unchained. He's fantastic in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's just great in all kinds of shit, dude. He's good in Inception. I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but
I liked Inception.
He's pretty good. Yeah, Inception, the gimmick wears off the more you watch it. And it becomes the more you watch Inception, the more I'm just all I care about is the special, the set pieces. And the love story becomes less interesting to me over rewatching.
Yeah. Oh, Shutter Island. Shiki says Shutter Island. I always like Shutter Island because at the very end, he understands that he's not crazy. He understands that he did do this awful thing. And he's not crazy, but he pretends to be crazy just so they'll kill his ass.
Dude, that's Martin Scorsese's most mainstream movie. I can't even believe he directed that. But that's the same guy who directed Goodfellas and
what a great movie.
Casino.
Yeah, dude.
But no, and Taxi Driver. And Shutter Island, I don't like rewatching because I already know everything. And I'm the best time to watch that movie is the first time. You know what I mean?
Because you don't expect any of that.
You don't know anything, dude.
He just walks into that he walks into the lighthouse or whatever, and there's just the desk there, and you're like, "What's happening?"
It's so good the first time, man.
Yeah, that's what she said. No, she never says that. It's never good the first time. No, it is for us.
It was for me.
Right. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever experienced. So that's why if you're a 16, 17-year-old man, just hook up with a 25-year-old girl, and then you don't have to worry about that shit.
Dude, somebody in chat said The Revenant. I will agree that DiCaprio is so good in that.
He does great, but the bear just wrecks his ass for 20 minutes.
He does.
And you're like, damn, can you just kill this fucking bear, please?
Dude, Tom Hardy is so good in that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I love The Revenant. I love it.
Great. I guess I'm glad he won an Oscar. I think it's all dog and pony show, but it's fine.
Should it? Well, yeah, but I don't know. As a movie guy, I went to film school. I have a film degree. I'm just that's kind of my passion. I appreciate movie acting. Like I like when good actors win awards. Like I know it's bullshit, but at the same time, I'm happy that Brendan Fraser won an Oscar. Like he deserved it, dude. That's a great guy.
No, that
You know?
well, I enjoyed that movie a lot.
That
A lot of
is
people didn't
the way
like
to
it
do it.
because they said it put obese people in a negative light, and I'm like,
Fuck
yeah, it's kind of the whole point.
That's the point of the movie.
Yeah, and it's people that are not involved and have never been around somebody that's like 500 pounds. They don't realize how awful,
It's miserable.
bro. Dude,
It's terminal.
I had my old boss at GameStop, Egg. He was about
Yeah,
500
dude.
pounds. Dude, he would bring a chair up to the front and just sit there and just shovel food into his mouth. Like he would just be like, because he can hardly breathe. He would order an extra large pizza from this place called Luigi's, fucking this big. And
I saw a video of you talking about what you were his like food errand boy or something.
Yeah, and he would give me fucking shit. He'd give me like a free console or a free TV if I just brought him food. And like he would stack 2 of these huge pieces of pizza on top of each other and fold it in half and just eat it and like eat half of it in one bite. And he'd just eat so fast that he couldn't even breathe.
Yeah, dude. Chat saying Jabba the Hutt.
He was that big, man. And I assume he's still alive. I don't know fucking how though. Because he's like 50. And I'm like, he's been 500 pounds since he was like 14, 15. So I don't know how you're still damn alive after all that. Ryu says the hate of Leonardo comes from him never dating a woman over 25 from older women. Well, that's just how older women are. Like
from older women.
Yeah, older women hate men that date younger women that are like obviously like prime. I mean, if you're a multimillionaire and you're not fat, I guess, and you date 24-year-old women, they're the equivalent to you, right? You're a rich, wealthy, financial, social, stable man. That's the most appealing like form of a man. Whereas a woman, the most appealing form is young and attractive. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's like a fucking puzzle, dude. It's like it's clear. This piece goes into that piece.
Yeah.
And it's like wealthy, middle-aged men don't fit into the wealthy, middle-aged women fucking puzzle piece.
Or just middle-aged women at all, because
or middle-aged women.
One, like generalizing a bit here, but one, they're usually unhappy and fucking angry, and they have all these list of rules that you have to. Well, here's all my rules you have to abide by, and if you're not okay with it, you just fucking get out. And they're like, "Why the fuck would I? I'll just go date a 24-year-old. It's hot. Why would I do this?" And then also too, like if you're trying to reproduce, like, what the fuck are you doing? You ain't gonna date no 37, 40-year-old.
It is generalizing. Like if you like, there's a lot of ifs, right? If you're trying to like nurture a family, then you're not going to want to be like, if you're older, you're going to want to find a woman that has a family that you can like merge together and like support her family, or vice versa. If you just want to like date a girl, like for a, you're going to look for a younger girl, dude. Like, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. I've never understood it. Like, I don't understand this weird thing with consenting adults. Like, if you're an adult, fuck off. Like, I don't and it's always from older women. They're just angry that to be honest, they're angry that they're not getting picked. That's pretty much the whole gist of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but like, take it out on somebody else. Like, maybe take it out on your dietitian. By the way, real quick, Ashley, I saw you gifted 10 memberships. Let me scroll up real quick. It doesn't appear on my thing over here. It only appears on YouTube. Ashley Hayden gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much. That's huge. I love you and I appreciate you. Disco Cobra says, I love most Leo movies. If I had to say my top 5 favorite male leads, it would be Keanu Reeves, agreed. Tom Cruise, agreed. Brad Pitt, agreed. Denzel Washington, agreed. Leonardo DiCaprio, agreed. That's a great list.
Who is that guy? He's got my taste, man.
Smart man.
I will say Brad Pitt's I recently had this debate with, not debate, but like Quarter Black Garrett posted something on Twitter, and I was like, you know what? Brad Pitt's my favorite actor.
He just brings a presence, man. I like him.
It's like 4 things. It's his charisma.
Yeah.
It's his body of work, which is actually fucking ridiculous. Like if you count all of the roles he's been in that are iconic. It's also his like charm and good looks. Like, because I'm not gonna be like, oh, my favorite actor is Gary Busey. Like, fucking guys,
he's terrifying to look at.
Yeah, like guys, like even if you're not gay, you kind of care about like somebody else's charisma in your same gender.
Of course. Yes,
And-
you care if they're attractive.
And oh, you know what? His only downfall is that he fucking cheated on fucking what's her face?
Who, Angelina Jolie?
Jennifer Aniston. Like, why
Jennifer
would you
Aniston.
cheat on Jennifer Aniston? Like,
Well,
why, dude?
Because you get tired of having look, dude. I
Now,
don't care how hot they are. You're gonna be tired of dumping loads, and you want to dump a load somewhere else.
but they were married, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's like his only flaw. Dude. He's like his Achilles heel.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, I probably would have to look if I'm a Hollywood actor that can have any chick on earth, and I've been smashing old Jennifer Aniston for a couple years. Eventually, somebody like Jenna Ortega is just gonna come to the room one night and be like, "You want me to sit on your face?" I'm like, "Yeah,
but you should get married then.
yeah, that's fine." Well, no, I agree with that. No,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, don't. No, absolutely not. Grifty said, been a while. I've been modding for good logic, but take some cheddar. I was supposed to go to his show last night, but I was involved in the biggest meltdown of the last year. So I was kind of like just on my bed, like, am I gonna die tonight? I don't know. Thank you, Grifty. I made sure to put my security bars on my sliding doors. I have these big freaking steel bars that I put like on the top and the bottom, like screw them in. Miner Zircon, is Lofty going to participate in Naked Snake? I don't think, unless his VTuber can just rip its shirt off, which I'm sure it can. Thank you, Miner Zircon. I love you. Appreciate you, baby. Go to this hell. Oh, and I just spit a monster all over me. It's nice. Yeah, it's a shit
Monster?
Yeah, dude.
You're not drinking? Like, dude, I've been drinking the whole time.
Dude, look, I got to be honest with you. I probably drank like 16 days in a row, and I'm like, I need to fucking chill for just a minute. Just like 4 days, take some drinking off, because I like wake up and I feel like balls every day. I'm like, I probably should stop drinking so much. And it's not, I don't get drunk or anything. I actually almost never get drunk. Last time I was drunk was like 3 weeks ago when I was watching The Last Wish, the Puss in Boots movie. And
how was that?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's like one of the best animated films of all time. So
dude, you know what's wild? We've had a big year for animation. We had The Last Wish. We had the Pinocchio movie on Netflix, which everybody loves. Not the Disney one, the Guillermo del Toro one.
Right.
Got a lot of hype. We had Mario, which fucking raped at the box office.
It was great.
And then Into the Spider-Verse is doing well. And actually I saw it. I love it.
Yep, it's great.
I don't know if that's a bad take, but I love it. I thought it was Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
It's very, very artistic, man. It's just because it doesn't have an ending and Tim Pool's like, it's a 0 out of 10. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what kind of take is that? It doesn't have an ending, so it's a 0? Like,
Tim Pool's take on like, nothing against Tim Pool, but his take on Mario is so silly.
He's like, stupid, dude.
He's like, why does Peach keep calling him short? And I'm like, because he's like 5 feet shorter than her. That's the whole point. He's shorter than her. And I'm like, Tim Pool, look, I get that you're not like super tall, but come on.
Yeah.
Like it's like, why do we care about that? And then it's like she's a girl boss, and I'm like, it explains why. It's like she grew up there. She's been training her whole life. Like, that's why she's kicking ass. And then she has a master plan which completely fails, and Mario has to kick ass and save everybody. Like,
twice.
He
has to save people twice, dude. Miner Zycron, that's my boy, dude. He goes on my streams. He's always like, what's pineapple in? I don't know what the joke is, but he always says it, and I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, buddy. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you, buddy.
I dig it. Let me pull up some outlaw posted something. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, it's the tweet that's decoding my apology message from somebody. I don't remember who it is. It's called Reldex Enthusiast, saying I have hidden messages in my tweets. Evil genius. It's the mustache. See, they don't trust me. Fire PA says if Tim's taste in films is like his music, trash. Fire PA, thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Yeah,
Dr. Robotnik mustache, dude.
And I'm gonna get it longer. It's gonna be out here. I'm gonna twist it up like this. Beep. Not really. I don't know if I'll go that long. I like it looking a little cowboyish, Hispanicish. I don't want to twirl it like I'm a freaking carnival guy from the 20s.
Yeah, the cowboy thing's great. I agree. Hispanic.
Yeah.
I guess they have mustaches. I don't know.
I mean, yes, all Hispanic.
Sí, señor.
They're born with the mustache.
They're born. All of them have the same name. It is Zorro. Zorro.
That's
They're
that's
all
racist, Lofty. Come on.
every Mexican, every Mexican, every Hispanic is out for revenge against his father. They are going to kill the man who killed their father, man. You
The
know that about
six-fingered man.
every Mexican.
The 6-finger man. That's what's going on. He's like, how many fingers you have? You have 6 fingers.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
You killed my father. Get prepared to die.
Prepare to die. Antonio Banderas, dude, is a based human being.
I love that some bitch. Somebody said that's a thick Pablo Escobar top stash. I appreciate you.
There it is.
Katie Stalker said that's racist. I appreciate that. By the way, real quick update. It is I can't do the math. It's like I think it's 288 until 5 milk, and we're 50 likes away from goal, boys. So thank you guys so much. People on the forum were telling me that I was going to lose everything, and people were going to hate me and stuff. So I appreciate you supporting me still after me ruining the world. Appreciate you. Minor Zarkon 0 is Mexican OG hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. Did you ever see Antonio Banderas in he did
Once Upon a Time in no, sorry.
it was Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the actual play deal. I thought it
Yeah.
was great. He did better than what's his face? What's that fucking dude's like? Gerard Butler? What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
I almost died when I watched that. I was
That's not
like,
a
is
good
this
movie.
real? Could they not fake?
I mean, I've
it?
seen it on Broadway. It's so much better than
Of course.
anything. It's like, but the Butler one was horrible.
Yeah,
You know what else sucked? I might get shit for this because of reasons, but Sweeney Todd with Johnny Depp was terrible.
I never liked it. I thought it was weird.
Here's what it is. It's a Tim Burton movie disguised as Sweeney Todd. It's actually not Sweeney Todd. If you watch the Broadway musical, if you're one of those people that are like, you gotta respect the source material, blah, then you should hate that movie. You really should, because that Sweeney Todd character is nothing like the character from the Broadway movie. If you like the movie, I'm happy for you. I don't care if you like the movie. I'm just saying the Demon Barber of Fleet Street from the original Broadway show is so much more intimidating than Johnny Depp in that movie. It's like, dude, the Demon Barber is supposed to be like this gruff, like Anton Chigurh, fucking horrifying person. And Johnny Depp's kind of not, he didn't do it for me.
Dude, it was the emo scene girls. Every time I talk to an emo scene girl, they're like, I really love Nightmare Before Christmas and I love Sweeney Todd. Every time. And I'm like, I didn't like Sweeney Todd. To be fair, Henry Selick with Coraline was what I preferred.
Coraline's fine.
What do you mean it's fine?
It's good. It's good.
Oh, okay,
like
cool.
it.
I was making sure. I know you kind of sounded like you.
No, I'm just I don't think it's amazing. But have you seen Kubo, 2 Strings?
Yes.
I like that movie better.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Coraline's better.
Yeah. I think puppetry is fantastic, dude.
Is Kubo a Del Toro film?
Kubo? No.
What is that? It reminds me of one for some reason.
Del Toro did Pinocchio. It's his first ever puppet movie.
No, yeah. I'm thinking of something else then. What was that movie that was literally Coco, but it wasn't Coco?
Shit, I don't know.
And it was Del Toro.
Oh, number 9, Mighty Number 9. No. Fuck.
No. That's
Chat,
that's a game.
we're dumb. We're stupid. Chat, I'm dumb.
Yeah, we'll
okay.
in a second.
Keep that in mind.
It was
No,
it was like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like the same kind of story. This guy, Book of Life. Thank you, Lady Phoenix.
Yeah.
Book of Life is what it was. And they were like, he stole from Coco, and I'm like, I like both of them. I like both of them because they're skeletons and shit. Real quick on Rumble, Grand Hedgehog says lunch break is over. Catch the rest later. Here's 5 more towards Fight Milk and the Death Pledge, aka mortgage. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was like, if they kill me, I can just put. Yeah, people. Okay, so back to the Pippa thing for just 2 seconds because I didn't talk about this. When Lumi, I think it's Lumi, when she was like, kill him, and I tweeted and I was like, saying it's. I've been getting these death threats, and I was actually kind of shocked that actual phase people were doing it. That's I feel like that would be a no, for the actual creators to do it. That's I feel like that's how it go. That's fucked up. But I still think it's a joke. I thought it was funny. But people were like, he's crying about that. What a bitch. And I'm like, this literally subtweet under that says, but if they do kill me, I don't have to pay my mortgage, which would be great. It's like a fucking joke. It was a joke. Oh my god, these bitches, and all their bitchiness.
Yep.
Call me gay again. You call me gay again with my mustache that's not gay, and I'll kill you on Minecraft.
Yeah, call him gay again, and he's gonna drink my milkshake.
Yeah, call me gay again, and then Foxy's gonna spleed to my face, and that'll prove I'm not gay.
Oh god,
I know how to prove it. Just come on me,
dude. I'm almost gay for the main character of Final Fantasy 16, dude. Clive.
I've been watching Mark
The cyborg.
Mark the cyborg play it. Yeah,
Yeah,
The
dude.
voice
I
acting's
streamed with him right before your stream.
the voice acting's wicked.
It's so good, man. You don't even know. Like, well, are you a fan of Ralph Ineson? So he's the guy. He's the father in the movie The Witch. Okay,
Mhm.
he's the father who gets killed by the Black Phillip in that movie.
Yeah,
He's a good actor. He's also in The Northman. He's the boat guy who takes her away when he goes back at the end. He's the Sid character in this fucking game, dude. He's so good.
yeah, dude. I think it's fantastic.
It
Xander
is.
said Shadversity said he didn't like the girl power in Mario and would give Spider-Verse a 0 because of no ending, even though when he got into it, he liked it. That's weird.
Wait, Shad said he'd give it a 0?
Interesting. A 0?
I thought Tim said that. If Shad said that, that's wild, dude.
I
think
think
a 0
is pretty damning, you know?
A 0 is like dumb. Like anybody who gives a movie a 0 is virtue signaling. Like a movie that you give a 0 is like a movie that's unfinished. Like a movie that one guy made in his basement. Like Across the Spider-Verse is not a 0. Like it's so artistic, dude. Like I don't know. Anybody giving it a 0 is straight up virtue signaling about it. Like at least give it a 5.
I would give Cuties a 0, and the reason I say that is because that people involved in that need to be strung up. But other than that, like, I mean, even like films that I just despise, I wouldn't really give a 0 unless it was like
movies I hate. I give like 3s, 4s, 5s. Like people abuse the rating system. They you know what I've watched? I've categorized people on Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes. They give shit 10s or 0s. There's no in between. There's no in between. People don't understand how the rating system works. They're like, I like this movie, 10, 10, 10, 10. I don't like this movie, and they just give it like 0s, like all of them. And then I look at their page, and it's just full of 10s and 0s, and they have no nuance. And it's like, these people are like low IQ retards, dude. Like they can't. Sorry, I just went off a rant.
Speaking of that, this great super chat says, why does Lofty try to contradict for clicks? The avatar face voice is punchable. Oh, hey, Camelot. Oh, hi, Camelot.
I know I'm punchable.
No, I mean, I agree. Like when I see him, I want to punch him, but I hold back because I have Patrick.
Patrick, I don't play a contrarian. Some people say that, but it's just a fake news thing. I just have opinions that are not like mainstream. And it's, if you think everybody should have mainstream opinions, like maybe you should probably like rethink your perspective on like art. Because if everybody had the same opinions all the time, they'd be dumb. You know,
and that goes hand in hand with what we talked about today.
Yeah.
Right. So like, we obviously definitely have different opinions on everything that's freaking happening today. It's
dude,
wild as hell. It's been just too much. So I've been having a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And the funniest thing about it is people are still making jokes on the original post, and their jokes are real good. They're real good fucking jokes.
Some of them are good.
People are yelling at me are like, yeah, you know what? These jokes are this is actually a pretty good joke, bro. Like, and I'm like, oh, so mine wasn't good enough for you, but the subtweet guys are getting, come on now. Come on. I thought you loved me, Isaac. Lofty, you seen Buckaroo Banzai? If so, what rating?
Buckaroo Banzai is a classic, dude. Probably an 8 or a 9.
What would you give The Room? Tommy Wiseau.
The Room, the original? Oh, the Tommy Wiseau one? I thought you meant the Captain Marvel one, Brie Larson one.
No, just Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, dude, the Tommy Wiseau movie.
Yeah,
I would rate it like a 1 out of maybe a 2, maybe a 1 out of 10. But I think it's one of the best movies ever made. How does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's weird thing that I try to tell people. Like, I'm like, because I've watched it over 100 times, man.
Yeah,
we used to do a drinking game like every week to it. And we would bring a new person into the group and be like, you got to watch this movie.
Oh, I did that.
Laugh our ass off. So the issue is the movie is terrible.
It's so bad.
But what determines a great film? Because the experience, I've gotten so much like time and fun, like memories out of The Room more than I would only watch. Let's say I've watched Book of Eli, great film.
Yeah.
I've only ever watched it once ever. I've watched The Room over 100 times easily, and I love that shit. Every time I meet somebody, I'm like, dude, you got to watch this movie with me. Like, and it just play. And
Yeah.
and they're always like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, bro, just wait. It's about to get
Just
crazy.
wait for like
He's about to rub the dress on his crotch and just start like going, oh, and I'm like, dude, you can't even expect this shit to happen. It's like lightning in a damn bottle. But like
my favorite line in that movie is, I used to know a girl. She had a dozen guys. One of them found out about it. They beat her up so bad she ended up in a hospital on Guerrero Street.
What a story, Mark.
What a story, Mark.
It's like, and then he gets up and he pats Greg on the chest and he's like, I'm so great. I have you as a best friend and I love Lisa so much.
And I love Lisa so much. It's like those lines should have been separated. Like
what?
And then the me underwears part,
where
they're throwing the football like 5 feet away from each other.
Yeah,
oh my god, it's genius.
It's so good. Gotta love it. It's a great movie. And then when the Franco brothers did The Disaster Artist, it's fantastic.
Actually good, dude. Do you know what? That's the last. I've said this before. That's the last comedy that I watched in theaters.
Yeah.
Think about this, chat. Think about the last comedy you went to see in theaters. Here's I'm just gonna drop a firecracker. The comedy genre is fucking dead. It's dead.
Yep.
There's no comedies ever worth going to see in theaters. The last one was The Disaster Artist, like 7 years ago. And now it's like Melissa McCarthy, fucking Kevin Hart, all this bullshit, like, Jumanji, like fuck that remake. Like, dude, the original Jumanji was disgraced by The Rock and Kevin Hart. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
that.
You know what I think happened? Flawed, by the way, is in chat. I love you, Flawed.
Oh, I love Flawed too.
What I think happened is every film was like, we got to make everything Judd Apatow style now. And it all started morphing into this like weird style. And either it was that or it was like
TV.
This weird style with Seth Rogen every 2 seconds going, like, I'm like, I can't watch this shit no more.
Dude, you know what's crazy? The comedy genre has shifted to television and stand-up. Okay. Stand-up is doing great. You have all these specials on Netflix, like, Dave Chappelle and, all these people are doing funny stuff. And then television shows are funny. Some of them, dude, like Succession to me is a hilarious show. I love that show.
The Righteous Gemstones, bro. Have you ever watched that?
Oh, dude, there's like
fucking hilarious.
I think Barry's funny. Barry's a funny show.
Yeah.
But in terms of going to the movie theater to watch a great comedy, the days of Eddie Murphy, the days of Adam Sandler and Steve Martin, they're fucking dead. Dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
100%.
Gone. The whole genre.
Yeah. Speaking of being dead, Ryu Kiroto says, you mean like how all women call themselves a 10? I've probably been watching too much Manosphere. Yeah, dude, I watched I remember when the Manosphere stuff came around and I watched it for like 3 days. Like I would pull up clips for like 3 days, like, when I was sitting at my computer, and I was like, this is great. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. Thanks for somebody who PayPal'd me $420. I appreciate that just now. Nice. Based. But yeah, when that stuff popped up, I was like, this is really interesting. And then it got old real fucking fast because like every time I would turn on any show, you can do that now too. And look, I don't shame the grift, but you'll turn on a fucking a whatever podcast right now. Like right now, and they're talking about the exact same thing that I saw 6 months ago on.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, why do you think you're a 10? What do you bring to the table? What's your body count? I'm like, dude, how you guys talking about the same three fucking things?
It's weird how people think they're discovering something new when it's been like, it's just a repetition of like what's all this shit that came out like 5 years ago. The Manosphere shit is old.
Yeah, like, and it's interesting at first, and then you're like, "Wait a second, are they going to ask a different question?" No, they're just going to talk to this influencer lady that is literally brain dead. That's like, "I'm a 10 because my personality is crazy. I love Netflix.
I'm a transgender 10,000-pound man, and I can get any guy I want."
Don't talk about Gorlock in a negative way on my stream.
Hey, they said they could get any guy they wanted. You remember that?
It's just like, what is your name? Yes. I am
Yes.
10 out of 10. My name is Gorlock.
Saruman created me from the mud of the Middle Earth. Dude, it's fucking wild.
After I deleted Gandalf from Middle Earth, I came here looking for a mate.
I floss with ent bark. Yeah.
I am easily a 10, for I can bear many young out of my axe wound.
I accidentally sat on Shelob. She was so tiny compared to my fucking 10 million meter long asshole.
Omniscient guy. What do you bring to the table? I am the table.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, Jesus. Ellie Fant says, I'm sorry you have to deal with this trash in the dating world today. Well, I don't really date anymore. I have girls that I've been friends with for years, a bunch of them, and I just hang out with them. They're my true blues. I love them. They're great. And one of them I posted on Twitter and was like, LOL, definitely not Pippa, and fucking everybody's really pissed about that. If you just now joining, that was what the stream, we took about an hour and a half tackling everything with the Pippa nonsense, kind of laying it all down so people don't think there's some kind of weird rumors there. So yeah, it's all good. As far as Pippa goes, I love Pippa and I would love to be friends with her, but I don't expect for her to want to be friends with me at all. We did talk back and forth. We were like, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I appreciate you. She told me she appreciated me like being willing to like, put out a post and kind of like squash the rumors wherever it is on the stream and stuff. She's like, I appreciate that. It's awesome. But I don't expect her to be and I wouldn't. I wouldn't. So I'm not butthurt about that. Drexel is the only one I watch, but he's hilarious. What's Bane, you some bitch? I see you in my chat every day, and you mean Drexel is the only one you watch? Oh, you're talking about Manosphere. That's what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm like, you motherfucker, you lie. Mildly OCD says comedy rides the line of what's socially acceptable. Current movies play it safe. They do now. You can't make how often do you watch a film from 2011 and you're like, man, they couldn't make this shit today?
2011. I mean,
shit, anything before 2016, like you can't make this anymore.
It depends. I mean, look at Oppenheimer. Look, I agree when it comes to funding. You can't get funding for movies like they used to be able to get funding for.
Yeah.
But you can still make them. I will say streaming has picked up the new Martin Scorsese movie is going to be on Apple TV. Okay. The new David Fincher movie, guy directed Zodiac, Seven, Social Network, that's going to be on Netflix. Okay. All of these artistic content is like Hollywood, these studios are not funding it. They're like, oh, nobody's going to go to theaters to watch the new Martin Scorsese movie. We have to make the new Ant-Man 5. It's like, no, dude, you are conditioning people to watch generic bullshit. You should be funding, even if you're losing money. Like, you guys are like many, many billionaires. You should be funding like directors like Tarantino, Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, David Fincher. Like, you should be taking risks. Like, can you name a single quotable line from the movie Aquaman?
No.
Can you name a quotable line from like The Godfather? Like,
yes,
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
There's
culture, the movie culture is defined by artistic, like unique perspectives. It's not fucking box office. Like, I'm sorry, it's so dumb and I hate it.
That conversation kind of leads me down the whole superhero fatigue route where,
dude,
I can't even watch superhero movies anymore. I'm like, speaking of superhero movies, The Flash, like the fact that anybody went and saw that after Ezra Miller is one of those people I can't separate the art anymore. I'm like, no, fuck that guy, fuck him, like right to hell. And the promotional picture I see for this movie every time it scrolls past is him with his cum face. Like, he's looking off and he's like, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm talking about? Here, I'll pull it up. It's Ezra Miller Flash face.
Dude, people are like, why is my avatar? They don't understand. My avatar is based on my mouse. And when I'm talking, I can't do two things at once. So my mouse is like all over the place. And it's just the way my hand moves while I'm talking. Like, I'm going left and right and left and
this
right.
Picture right here is like the promotional picture I always see, and it's like this weird, goofy, like punchable.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, why would you use this picture? It makes me want to die. Like, God, it's like when they first showed the Little Mermaid ad, and it's like the only thing they showed was her looking up, and the perspective was awful.
It's
and she
bad.
looked like,
Do you remember the whale promo? Like the one picture of Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
It's like the modern day Mona Lisa. Like it's literally like it's the only thing people know about the movie is that one
Yeah.
picture.
It's just him being like fat and looking over to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the left. It's so funny, dude. It's the Mona Lisa of our time, dude.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like Wall-E, man. They predicted it. Xander says in Lucky Star, they talked about Christmas cakes and stores thrown away after Christmas and equated it to women over 25.
Oh,
no, dude. By the way, in Asian countries, they literally have a word for this. Like, I think it's either China or Japan, but women that are over like 28, they call them throwaway women or something.
Ew, that's horrible.
There's a term for it. Well, it's because they don't give a fuck what people think. They're not worried about getting canceled on Twitter, Lofty. That's the whole point. Is people be like, "Oh, this is weird. Why do you cast a woman in the Squid Game?" And they're like, because we don't like women. They're gay." And they're like, "What? How dare you?" And they're like, "Guess what? We're in Korea. We don't care what you say on Twitter." And they're like,
"No, you're right.
They can't.
You're right. You're right." There's a sort of, and you saw recently there was a guy that went viral on Twitter, a Korean guy explaining why Koreans don't give a shit about the Little Mermaid. And maybe you didn't see this, but it went viral, and he was just like, "We don't give a fuck about your agenda. Like we just care about good movies."
It was somebody on the street, right?
Some random Korean dude.
Yeah.
You know, and he was just like, dude, you're like woke politics are like Western niche first world problem, like bullshit. Like nobody cares about it. Yeah, and it's true. You know why it's true? I don't know why I don't know why people are so concerned, like companies with appealing to the left, because just look at what happened to Hogwarts.
Yep.
That game sold 1 billion copies in a month. Okay. Yeah. In 2 months. Guess what? There was a massive backlash against that game by the left. And you know what? The backlash did jack shit. It actually boosted the sales of that game.
Right.
So in my opinion, if I'm running a company, I'm looking at Hogwarts Legacy and I'm like, you know what? The left, these like, not the left, but like these like sensitivity safe space people, they have no power. They literally have no power. They can't even boycott a video game. So why are we like flying flags? Why are we like putting logos and shit on our like pride flags and shit?
The issue is Lofty is people that would be buying the content that would be, so when the person that is actually buying the content, they don't care if they're shamed, which is the entire weaponized force behind everything is being shamed. People that are already occupying the space that's going to buy it don't give a fuck about being shamed. Kind of like people in Korea don't care about being shamed into any kind of motive. So, but the only people that do care about that are people that occupy the space that would do the shaming. Therefore, they only hurt themselves in every single situation. It's why when Bud Light goes, "Oh, Dylan Mulvaney," like they lose money, like gajillions of dollars. Why? Because the people buying it, you shamed. The people that were like that. If you, for example, if a popular palette company, like a makeup palette company, like that appealed to only 16 to 24-year-old white women, maybe if they did some shit, then the left boycotting them would work because they're buying their bullshit. But other than that, they're not. So it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, there's niche examples that you could give. But by and large, like look at Top Gun, dude. Look at Mario. Look at look at fucking Final Fantasy 16. An entirely white cast of characters. And they're like, "Oh, it's not black enough. There's not enough diversity." And it's like, you know what? Nobody gives a fuck. My concern is, I know the ESG thing is apparently a thing. I think ESG is more of a conspiracy theory than it is reality. I'm not saying it's black and white. I'm saying ESG is definitely a thing, but I don't think it matters as much as people think. Look at the fucking Top Gun movie. Look at how much money that movie made without appealing to any ESG bullshit.
Well, 100%. And the issue is when a director, a writer, script writer, actors, when they know they're going to strike gold, they don't give a fuck about that.
They don't care, dude.
If they're like, okay, look, guys, I have my daughter's like lesbian friend who has no experience, but we're gonna put her in this role to
That's
write.
the producers, dude.
So yeah, we're gonna put her in this role to write, and we're gonna make Ghostbusters, but we're gonna make it all women. And so we're gonna have to take advantage of all this ESG money they're funding us with.
No.
This is gonna be dog shit. And they're like, oh fuck it, and then they just say that we're misogynist because I don't find any of these women funny at all. And why? Of course, even though it's supposed to be like the wokest shit ever, they still make the black lady the janitor.
They still do.
Every time.
They still stereotype people. Kotaku came out today with an article. They were like, if you're a queer Pokemon fan, you should really you should just train the fairy type Pokemon. And I'm just like, what? Kotaku today wrote an article about how queer people are fairy Pokemon trainers. And I'm just like, why are you feeding into like generic stereotypes about gay people? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird how it's like we're all supposed to be tolerant and free and great, and then it's like, but the people that are preaching that also want the people that they're their calling should be whatever they want to be. They always put them in their tight little boxes depending on their race or their sexual orientation.
It's so segregated, dude.
Yeah,
and with the I make it I fucking with the trans thing, it's like, oh, I gotta look like a girl. What does that mean? Oh, I have to wear lipstick and have eyeliner and have a wig. Like what? Like what is that? What kind of generic stereotype is that?
I thought it didn't define you. Like, you know, like,
I thought gender stereotypes were bad.
Right. It doesn't. None of it makes sense. It honestly, it's depends on like the day and the wind and the weather, depending on if your opinion is correct or like not following the right shit. Real quick, tell them where they can follow you. We still got a little bit left, a while actually, but I got to piss like a racehorse. So tell them where they can follow you.
Okay, we'll take turns.
We'll make you big.
We'll take turns. So okay, well that was I just got done a rant. Let me just relax. Everybody breathe in, breathe out. Okay. You can follow me on Lofty Pixels YouTube. Like straight up, that's my name. The bottom of the screen. Lofty Pixels. And then also on Twitter. But no, I just do look, I'm a VTuber, okay? But I've never had to here like let me address the VTuber audience for a second. I never had a debut. I don't know how to make VTuber friends. I don't know what I'm doing. All I do is go on YouTube and talk about movies and video games and anime and comics and pop culture and stuff, right? That's all I do. All I do is like talk about my hobbies. But the VTuber thing is like, you got to have a debut. You got to have a schedule. You got to network with other collaborators. Like, guys, I don't know what I'm doing. So if somebody wants to help me, feel free. But all I can say is go play Final Fantasy 16. Highly recommend it. It's on my shirt. This guy's based. His name is Clive. Really good. Clive in this game reminds me of I'll just try to sell the game quick. If you like The Witcher 3, you'll like this game. If you like, now I say that because the character reminds me of Geralt. If you like Devil May Cry, you like this game. If you like God of War, you might like this game. The new ones. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. So Camelot just kind of abandoned me. What do? I host a stream? What a dumbass. This guy, he bailed on me at Anime Matsuri. We were supposed to room together. And then the last second, he's like, no, I got a roommate. I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'll pay $1,500 for a hotel room by myself.
You talking about me or not?
Yeah, dude, I'm roasting you to your own chat.
Well, good.
Last minute, dude. Last minute, you bailed on me.
I don't remember this. I feel like you must have slided me.
No, I'm still salty about it.
Well, I was like, I don't know if they got. I'm pretty sure I'll have a room this year. So
yeah.
Oh, but I have like two of my girls.
No. It's good. No, it's fine. I just want to. We'll hang out though for sure. But I had to get a room like way earlier for some reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it sucks because I got a room at an Airbnb and not the hotel.
The hotel's pretty slick though. I like it.
I know. I wish I had a hotel room, but
dude. Speaking of hotels, man, I just pissed for like. It was so great. It was awesome.
I'm gonna have to swap out quick.
You go ahead. Good. Ryu says even video games are getting boring. Before Zelda and Diablo 4, I had nothing to play besides old Nintendo games and Xbox indies. Real life TV shows are so boring that I just watch anime now. Hell yeah, Ryu. Sounds like a damn plan. I agree with that shit. Thank you so much, dude. Helena, make way, make way. How you doing, baby? Mr. Biggins says, who's all going to Mont 3 this year? I'll be there. Nick Riccado will be there. Lofty will be there, the guy with me today. And there'll be several other people. I just don't know exactly who. I'm sure there'll be a lot of the people from last year as well. But as far as I know, it's definitely me and Nick and Lofty and a handful of other people. We'll have tables and shit at the YouTube thing. So it'll be fun. Welcome to the chat, Mr. Biggins. I appreciate you. We were talking about old women and the what were we talking? Well, we were talking about the drama that happened last 2 days, but we were talking about Xing Nu, which means leftover women in Asian countries. And I was like, they actually have a word for it. It's crazy. We were talking about like the mentality of like, why would Leonardo DiCaprio date a 25-year-old Leonardo DiCaprio? And I'm like, well, because he's a millionaire, why would he not? You know, that's like, would you rather drive a Ford Taurus or a Ferrari? I mean, come on. If I have the money, get the fucking Ferrari. You know, nothing wrong with a Ford Taurus, but Ferrari, man, got the sequential shifter, the F1 box. Come on. You know, so that's kind of talk about all that shit. Critical Drinker is going. Yes, that's going to be great. I've had him on my show. It's going to be awesome. I love my boy Critical Drinker, so I'm glad to hang out with him. Chrissy Mayer is going to be there. Ooh, awesome. So that's fun. So I'm excited to see her. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be great. You can't fit. Yeah, well, Mr. Big Guns, look, just because you're like 6'8", all right, and jacked doesn't mean I can get a Ferrari. Because I'm 5'11". I can fit in that bitch. You know, I'm thick, but I can fit in it. I can squeeze into that bitch. Oh man. Drinker's hitting a lot of the cons in the US. Well, Drinker's a good dude, man. He came on my show like when I first started the CamelCast, and I never thought I would ever get that dude. So I'm really, really happy to have him on. It's gonna be awesome. So I really, really hope that works out, and I really hope we can hang out and drink some whiskey together. So we're gonna update the like goal to 700. Give her a like, see, man. Give her a like, see, and we are sitting currently, I think 220. Maybe 210 from Fight Milk. I can't do the math right now, but it's something like that. We're getting down to the wire, and when it starts getting real close, I can't do the math because there's like 9 apps open with super chats and stuff, and Rumble rants and donos, and so it's hard keeping it all slick. But I do appreciate you guys because I was reading these message boards and all these. There was a lot of people on there that were real mad at me because I didn't understand the VTuber culture, and they thought I was trying to burn down the whole company that everybody works for over in the phase. And like they thought I was being malicious, and they're like, we're going to make sure he, never makes revenue again on YouTube. We're going to destroy Camelot. We're going to burn him down to the ground. And I'm like, I feel like that's not true, but okay. I've been hearing that for years, boys, years. So I ain't really too worried about it. So yeah. It's 4chan disruptive. I'm pretty sure it's 4chan. It was some word on 4chan. There's a lot of sane people on there too. I don't want to generalize, but there was a lot of fucked up people out there, as to be expected. So thank you guys so much. And we are closing on Fight Milk for the first time in forever. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys are doing great by me, and I appreciate all the love. So thank you. Make sure you do go subscribe to my boy Lofty, and also do me a favor, go check out my new video about the hotel manager. It is Spice of the Spice. It's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty slick numbers. Not as good as the GameStop video, of course, but it's doing pretty good. So make sure you go give it a like and give it a comment and like it all the way through, or watch it all the way through. Helps me out. Helps your boy out. Thank you so much. So get on it, doggone it. No kick Lofty. Nah, man. Lofty's cool, man. He's just got bad takes every once in a while. Right? So everybody, dim the lamp, damn it. Kick Lofty. Oh my God. All right. So for the future, I will announce that there will be no more VTuber collabs with any management company. That's pretty much it for me on the VTuber stuff because of what I posted. I don't really see it as a super big loss. I am sad. I did want to do another show with Pippa, but that's never going to happen probably. But I do wish Pippa the best. I think Pippa's awesome. I think she's great. And I love her content. I'll still watch her content. I think she's awesome. So, there was no ill will there, but everybody thinks there was. So damage is done. But yeah, I will have smaller VTubers on. They're not management companies. Lofty, Halo Millennium, eventually V, hopefully. Some people that are already friends with. So it'll be a lot of fun. Would you do collabs with indie people that aren't too big, Billy? Yeah, of course. So I don't have any problem with that. I mean, Lofty has like 2 subs.
I got 8,000 on YouTube, buddy. I got 11. I got 11. I got 12, almost 12K on Twitter.
Let's look at Lofty's channel, shall we? Lofty Pixels.
Oh shit.
Lofty Pixels. Dude, you had a video blow up to like a gajillion views once. Hold on. It was at the Homelander reacts to She-Hulk freaking twerking.
Just
meme.
a million views, buddy.
That was great.
I make a lot of memes. You know why? It's because somebody react. You know when people react to stuff, your videos get bumped.
Yeah.
And it was somebody, I can't remember who.
Yeah. That
Some black guy.
Dude, I think I made a video about GameStop once, and like 2 giant YouTubers like watched it on their show and talked about it, and those videos blew to the moon. Like they got like 500K views in like 3 days. I was like, damn. So
I don't I'm sadly motivation to make original videos is dropping for me. I got to pick it up again, but I'm doing a lot of live streams.
Yeah,
so,
dude,
like,
live streams are fun. I love them.
Yeah, I was telling like your chat, like I do a lot of like movies, like mainly movies are my passion. So like if you like, old horror films, or if you like, indie films or foreign films, like Korean films, that's kind of my passion. But
yeah. Well, dude, ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit, I love films as well. But I also love playing music and racing cars, race cars in circles, baby. Going in circles is the God's work. The Decepticons that did Kirch cancel. Yes, Kirch did cancel. And I figured she would. I probably would have done the same thing if I was her. So no ill will there. So that was probably the smartest thing to do for her. So I would have done the same shit, because you don't want to be associated with somebody that could have been misconstrued or perceived as being malicious towards like just the entire Vtuber community, because that's how it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was expecting it. I was kind of bummed. I was like, fuck, this is gonna fuck everything up. So it's all good. So Nick on Wednesday, maybe we might have Nick Ricade on Wednesday. We'll see. I'll ask my boy. I don't like to overbear him because I know he has to do a lot of shit. So Mildly OCD says, my only criticism is afterwards. As an edgy motherfucker myself, I learned sometimes you need to turn off the edge. Aside from that, is what is. What are you talking about, Mildly OCD? Afterwards, what? After what? Because there was only the original post, and then I apologize. Thank you, by the way, Mildly. I appreciate you. Why are VTubers a cult? Well,
apology video.
Here is why VTubers, what's going on. And this is just my speculation, but in America, 80% of men are not sexually active. In Asian countries, it's even higher than that. So where do you get your relationship like feel, and where do you get your sexual feel?
OnlyFans. Yes.
And also VTubers. Hence why they're giving them like a fucking thousands of dollars on stream and being like, because if you read these message boards, like a lot of these dudes are like, from the way they talk, I guess they may be role playing actively on the message board, but they think they're in a relationship with the VTuber. Like it's parasocial, fucking crazy shit.
Yeah,
it's
there's
too much for me. I can't even kind of.
You know what though? You know what? You're right, but I've noticed parasocial relationships with everybody, dude.
Yeah.
Tim Pool.
Yep.
Valsh, Hassan Piker. Every like Destiny has parasocial. Dude, that guy.
Yep.
He's got like orbiters that like think they're like his buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've hung out with Destiny like 6 times, and that guy's cool, but like there are people like, now I'm talking about like I used to run this thing called Better Discourse, which is a really cool live debate conference, and we recently got Alex Jones, dude, in Dallas. Was it Dallas? No, it was Austin, Texas. It was Dallas. It was Alex Jones debating Destiny and people like Brian Callen, and it is so much fun. You should come to one of these events, man.
Yeah,
because it's all politics, right? But it's cool. Like Luke was there from Tim Pool. Tim Pool was there actually the day before. Anyway, the point is, Destiny like comes to all these events. He's like the only left-wing person that like will talk to you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the left, like people on the left, like don't give a shit about like they're like, oh, you're everybody to the left of me to the right of me is a Nazi.
Yeah.
But no, he's not like that. So I will say the parasocial thing though is like, yeah, the VTuber thing has like maybe a hyper focus on it.
You know what I think it is? It's so, for example,
it's everywhere.
For example,
Yeah.
people know pretty much everything about my private life, which I wouldn't even say it's private at this point, but people know my name. They know generally where I live. They know what my house looks like. They know what my face looks like. They know what every mannerism of my face looks like. They know how I feel. They know pretty much everything about me. Whereas VTubers is like a voice and a personality, and whatever a person that enjoys that VTuber can assign in their own head to that person in a relationship form, they could make it their perfect person. They fill the gaps with all this mystery, and they fill it with all the most perfect things that they can conjure. And they're like, I love this person. Whereas in actuality, fuck, Pippa could be like a super gay lesbian lady, and you would never know, right? So that's the point is, they can fill all the mystery and the gaps with whatever the most perfect ideal thing they want, which might make it a little bit more extreme, like the obsession.
Yeah. It's yeah. It's just it's awkward to like talk about VTubers that I like and then like think about like what they could be in real life. Like personally for Pippa and shit, like I like her personality. I think she's hilarious. And it's like I don't think that way, but I don't think, oh, maybe she could be a guy. Like, no, obviously she's a girl, but like I don't even think that way, period. I'm just like, this person's hilarious. This person makes me laugh. They have great taste in art. A lot of the times you can judge somebody based on their character model, like their VTuber model, in terms of like their aesthetic values, and their art, and like and their community. But it's like that's how I think. But you're right. There's this weird dynamics of these communities that you got to just like you got hit with a bunch of people that were like, I understand where you're coming from is what I'm trying to say. Like you got hit with the hardcore weirdos kind of side of it.
Yeah. And to be fair, I am very thankful that I was able to talk to Pippa directly, because that's all I care about. I don't give a fuck what these goobies are saying on Twitter and be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, dude, I don't care what you think. I've never cared. I have stopped caring about what people think when I was 15 years old. Okay. I didn't care. I don't care about what people think. So, but I care about what Pippa thinks. And so I talked to her in her DMs and we talked about it. And like I said, I don't expect us to be friends after it. From what happened, I would like to be, but I'm not a dumbass. I know how things work. It would be in her best interest to fucking act like I don't exist. So, I get it, but I think I hope she fucking conquers the damn world because she's cool. So anyways, but I mean, I bring it up because I'll actually give a little bit more context real quick to this whole situation that I forgot to give. Wookie Be Bad, by the way, says 80% of us is some of us just don't want to hear them talk. Women suck our brain cells out. I agree with that shit, Wookie Be Bad. That's why you just don't let them talk. Just pull out the Astroglide. Thank you, Wookie. I appreciate you. I love you for that, Orange Boy. We are closing in on Fight Milk fast. We're closing in, boys. Thank you, Wookie. And then Gator Time says, watch Perfect Blue and Oshinoko to see what's going on with the parasocial. VTuber culture is an extension of idol culture. Probably super weirdo fans angry at male interactions with their... Yeah.
That's true. There's a big... It's almost a meme. It's like, don't talk to male people.
Yeah.
It's like a male's in the chat or you spoke with a male, like, holy shit. It's a meme. It's a meme, but it's not really. It's actually kind of serious.
Yes.
A lot of these people.
Gator brings up a great point here. And I didn't even think about this until Gator said it. So on those message boards, when I was kind of looking through them, they kept saying that this is what Pippa deserves for collabing with a flesh tuber male. And they kept saying male every time. Male. So that makes sense. So, and it's because they see a lot of these creators as like underage, virgin, pure, like perfect creations, whereas in actuality, they're just normal fucking people. And when you break that allure and that mystery, and like kind of, what's the word, test that resolve that they have in their head of what they think this person is, they fucking freak out. Like, because if you actually look, people will be like, oh, well, that's obviously not Pippa because Pippa doesn't bathe and she has ratty hair. And I'm like, how the fuck would you know that? But they just like, that's her. That's what she does. And I'm like, you don't fucking know anything.
I think that's a meme too. I think
exactly.
It's hard to differentiate what people are like being ironic about and what they're being serious about.
100%.
Because Pippa's whole like part of her charm is like being what's it called, a hikimori or whatever, like doesn't leave the house, boards her windows up. Like when I made that meme, like I sent her a rabbit and it was funny because the bunny rabbit went to her house
Yeah.
and I was like, please don't shoot the bunny rabbit, Pippa. And she was like, I can't remember what she said, but like it's like the idea of her being a shut-in is like kind of part of her personality.
Yeah.
It's just a joke. Like it's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
agree. I
serious.
agree. It's hilarious to say she doesn't bathe. It's funny.
It's
You know?
just like you're not like you're you know, you got a mustache or you got like a bod, you know, a jacked, you know, upper body. It's like you
Upper
know,
body.
it's part of the humor. It's part of the character.
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
I gotta shut that shit off. Sorry.
Sluglass says
away.
2 for the Goomba, and Lofty is less than Yellow Flash.
No.
Oh, rest in peace.
No.
Background always said, did Fish really send you that letter? I don't know who it was. It was just management. That's what it was. Just management, whatever that means. I saw on the message board that Fish was on vacation or something. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand any of this shit. I'm just relaying what I was told. You know, I like so. Anyways, to clarify a little bit more, I don't think that Fish dude gets directly involved in anything. I think he's like a behind the scenes guy. Like I guess I would know.
I don't know who that is.
It's probably the exact same management that told Nick Rekieta that she would never appear on his show, and neither would any other Phase creator. It's probably the same fucking entity. Like that's probably what I'm assuming. So,
I'm getting weird DMs.
What?
People are just like, what? People are just like yelling at me. Like 3 people. Not nothing.
Oh, that's fine. You're good. 3 to fuck them.
Well, no, one person. No, actually, 2 of them were nice, and 3 of them are bad.
Are they saying you a bitch?
No, it's just like some of these people are like, I'm just like, why would I care what you think? You're the one. Like some of these people. There was this controversy back in the day of when Pikami got canceled for playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people that went hard against the trans community, and they were like posting all these like very edgy memes that like were like borderline against TOS, because the trans backlash was like, if you play this game, you're anti-trans. It's like, holy shit, dude. Hassan Piker was going to play the game. Like, are you kidding me? They're all stupid. Like everybody on the boycott is dumb. However, there was a lot of people being very like using her Pikami's VTuber avatar as like this like representation of like anti-trans stuff. And she didn't like it. A lot of VTubers didn't like it because she was pulling her into a situation she didn't want to be involved in. And some of these people are like edgelord losers. they're the ones that are complaining, but I'm just like, why do I care what you think?
It's the funny thing is, like, if you talk to these people behind the scenes that occupy this space that are supposed to be these, you know, holier than thou creators, and you talk to them behind the scenes just as boys, like friends, they're like fucking degenerate, just like everybody else. It's actually a really fun thing to learn. Mildly OCD says, for context, Pips has gone on the record saying that she struggles to take care of herself. It was so bad at one point that she went months without showering. This was years ago. She's better now. Damn. Well, I'm glad she's better. Thank you, Mildly OCD. I love you. Appreciate you, Gold Boy. Slowly inching towards 161 away from 5 milk. Renegade Shoryuken says Pippa seems legit since going on Jim's last stream. Did she go? I thought I was reading all about that, and I didn't know if she actually went on that stream or not. I guess she did. Medicare. So thank you, Renegade. I appreciate you. I love you. Well, I think people were really pissed about that too. Like fans were pissed that she went on that Medicare stream. I never got any backlash when she came on my show until, like, you know, yesterday.
You fucked it up.
Yeah, it was fun. You know, so
no.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
But you're right, Nick. There's no way she ever would have went on Nick's show anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know how it happened. I don't know. I don't try to pretend how it happened to me, but apparently she just jumped on my show and was like, "Fuck it, I'm just coming." Whereas, you know, like Nick was going through all the correct avenues. I just DM'd her.
It's kind of based.
I was like, hey, you come on the show? And she's like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, next Wednesday? I'm like, yeah, sure. And she's like, all right, cool. And then she was really. She's like, I'm really excited to come on your show. Thanks so much for having me.
On Nick's show. I was on Nick's show before. That's a fun stream. Have you been on there? You've been on there.
Yeah, I'm the co-host on the Friday show.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah,
it was canceled for like a week though.
He was like, dude, come on whenever. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, dude, great. Zaid, what's up, dude? How you doing, buddy? He said, miss you guys. Hope we're seeing you in Tampa. Man, I want to go to Tampa. I don't know. I have to look at
go to Matsuri instead.
Oh, I'll be there too. My boy Johan Noxos with Tonight.
Wow.
He said, I did know terrible takes and socialism I didn't know terrible takes and socialism on the menu, but here we are. Are you a socialist, you bastard, Lofty? You son of a bitch. Are you a filthy commie, Lofty?
What? Wait. Sorry. I had to clean up a spill. I spilled my fucking whiskey, dude. What did he say?
Are you a commie?
No. Wait. Am I a commie? That's another thing people get wrong about me, dude. They call me Lefty Lofty.
Are you a socialist? I'm
a hardcore conservative.
Oh, well, that's good.
I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-Second Amendment. I mean, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm pro-life and I'm pro-Second Amendment.
See, I'm pro-choice because I don't want any more children to be around me ever again.
No,
I think it should be like forced, like no children anymore.
I saw that. You tweeted that recently. You're like, children should be illegal.
Yeah. I'm like pro forced abortion.
I've always said like spaces that I occupy should be 18. Like Twitter should be 18 plus, 100%.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to talk to stupid kids, dude.
Yeah, they're awful. They're awful. I don't want the worst.
I don't want them here, and they shouldn't be here because of there's a lot of degeneracy on YouTube, and all of these and now the whole the recent thing is like the pride parades and shit. Like, I got into some horrible debates with people are like, well, you can't ban the pride parades because that restricts freedom of speech, and I'm just like, well, dude, if you're telling me that you're comfortable with like kids walking around those spaces, like you have a problem.
Yeah, dude. So did you see that video the other day?
Yeah, I saw
it. Just literally like 70 old ass naked dudes with their dick and balls out, just walking. There's kids everywhere, and they're just dick and balls are out.
Yeah, here's what I said. I got into somebody who's like, look, I got into, if you're pro pride, right? Like personally, I think pride is like the concept of being proud of your sexuality is retarded, and if you're proud of being gay or whatever, you're a narcissist. Like there's nothing to be proud about. There's nothing, just because you like a certain sex, like fuck you, who cares? But I will say, as an adult, if you want to have a private space and do your thing or whatever, I'm not going to step in your way. However, these should be private events. These parades. This shouldn't be public events where idiot fucking parents are taking their kids and they don't have security at the checkpoints. Now, this is what I said. Number one, here's a hierarchy. If it's going to be an event, a pride event, you got to have a checkpoint. You got to stop families from walking in with kids in there. You got to just kick them out. Literally kick them in the face if they walk in with a kid. Number two, if that doesn't happen, if the event refuses to do that, you have to shut the event down. You have to, I don't care if it restricts freedoms, because at that point, we're talking about what we already talk about, which is like protecting innocence. So we already have some restrictions of freedoms when it comes to age restrictions, right?
Yeah.
We just do as a society. We have to protect them. So
agreed.
If you're not going to enforce age restrictions, you got to ban the event completely. Completely ban the event. And some people have a problem with that. They're just like, that is telling adults what they can and cannot do. That's a restriction of freedoms. And I'm like, yeah, but guess what? The adults are inviting kids into the space.
Right.
So
that's the entire conversation, right? So
it's the end of the conversation.
That's why people are angry on one side, is because well, we don't want to have pride parades without children. And it's like,
Have
what?
a pride parade without children. Do it. I dare you. I dare you to do it.
Helena in the chat says, what about the event should make it age restricted? So the fact that there's like over 100 men with their cock and balls out with their like dicks a foot away from small children where it's like at their eye level, I feel like that shouldn't be allowed, Helena. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't think that you should be allowed to expose yourself to children just and using the justification of, oh, well, it's a special parade month, so I can put my dick in your face. I feel like that's gross and that shouldn't be okay.
You know what they're doing? Somebody was it that guy?
Wait, hold on. Helena says that's public nudity and it's not allowed anyways. Well, apparently
it is allowed in Seattle
because there was a video 2 days ago of literally like 45 men with their dicks and balls out. There's children everywhere, and they're walking around and like shaking hands, and they have flags. They're literally completely butt ass naked, head to toe, dick and balls out. Half of them are hard, and there's children everywhere. Apparently, it's legal. That's what people have a problem with. People don't give a fuck if a kid goes to a pride celebration and they're all got their shirts and stuff on and they're just having a pride and they have a fucking
they got a rainbow flag or some shit.
Well, people have a problem with your dick and balls being out. It's very simple equation. There's no rocket science to this at all. Dick and balls out, not allowed, Helena. Dick and balls in a 6-year-old's face, not allowed. That's all
Oregon.
People are asking for. That's it.
Yeah.
Very simple.
It's Seattle, it's Oregon, it's Portland. It's all these places. Now, can you remind me of the Twitter account that was defending this shit? There's a very famous account that went viral, and I just can't remember his name.
It's Brian something Stein.
Kranzstein or something?
Yeah, he's like, he was saying, what was he saying? He said that he thinks
it's not a big deal.
He said it's not a big deal for a random man to be naked in front of children because they probably see their brothers and dad naked sometimes.
That's wild, dude.
That's literally just, I want to bang children. That's that guy.
Here's what it is. It's like there's people in this audience, like statistically speaking, there's people in these parades that are getting off on all this shit.
It's a kink.
If you're defending
the 80s that pulled out his thing and he'd do this with his trench coat. It's literally of a kink.
Yeah, it is. And if you're defending it, you're part of it. Like there's 100%. You can't separate it, man. It's like we're talking about a public event. We're not talking about kink or privacy or fantasy or any of this shit. Like that's all doesn't bother me personally. Like if you're in your own home, do whatever you want if you're not involving other people. But like this is a public event. Like this is wild. Like what is this? What are we doing?
100%. And for me, so Helena says let's ban dick and balls for the children. I agree. So the thing is that there was like 50, 60, maybe there just in this video, the 1-2 second video or 20-second video, there's like 50 or 60 dudes that are naked, balls out and shit. But there was like 500 women that were butt ass naked too. That we just don't.
You know what they do, dude?
It's kind of less offensive for some reason when it's a woman.
They use the women. They say women topless are. Here's the meme. The left, I've seen it. The left is like, oh, hot topless women are problematic. The right are snowflakes. I'm like, okay. If you're just if you're like taking children out of the equation, then yeah, you're right. But guess what? You're ignoring the problem. Like that's not what people don't care about topless women. Like, dude, do you have a problem with like a topless chick? Period. Like in a vacuum by herself, just walking towards you.
No.
Okay. Duh.
No.
Well, we're not talking about that.
I'm a red-blooded American who's only a little bit.
Nobody cares about that. It's the it's the public space that. Wait, do you understand what I'm saying? If the parents are not gonna, if these weirdo parents are not gonna stay home and not take their kids to these events, then there has to be some other solution. Like you have to ban the event completely. Like
if there is going to be public nudity, you gotta draw a line. Look, like I said, I don't give a fuck about no parade. It's photo, whatever. But if there's gonna be dicks and balls out, we just gotta draw a line somewhere.
It's just so obvious.
Very easy to come up with a solution.
Dude, I'm friends with people that are being called, like, I'm friends with a trans person who's being called internalized trans misogyny or some shit because they have a problem with kids being at these events. Oh,
Yeah.
you have internalized transphobia. It's like, what? What?
What?
They're trans. They are trans.
Yeah.
It's like, what? I
God,
don't know, man.
it's freaking insane to me. Major League Ginger says, Cody Beach, Fishman going to give it to you. Thank you, Major League Ginger. I appreciate you, dude. Whole Fishman. I think he's on vacation or something. I feel like I read that. Yeah, but thank you, Ginger. Closing in. We are getting towards the end here. I got to do Naked Snake here very shortly. We got about 120 away. I can't actually do the math. No, we got 150 away or 60. 160 like I don't know. Away from the Fat Milkies. How old is Lofty? I think Lofty's the same age as me, right?
33.
Yes, I'm 33. Yeah. So we're the same age.
I don't feel 33. I feel like, dude, when I turned 30, I was like, what? Because I'm still playing fucking Pokemon. Like, what the fuck?
I don't play Pokemon, but I don't have nothing wrong. I don't think it's a problem with it.
I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck him.
Don't give a shit about age. Age is gonna die. I'm gonna live for 150 years old.
Damn, you're gonna be old as hell. You're gonna be like one of those monks that are frozen in space. Stop. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's the I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I think about 40 or 50 is gonna be about the end for me. Johan says Lofty will probably give the Marvels 8 out of 10.
Nah. I don't like Disney, dude. The only Disney content I ever liked, and people hold me like we were talking about this earlier. If you say one thing is good, they think you like all of it. I said I kind of liked Multiverse of Madness for the Sam Raimi content.
Yeah.
And then I kind of liked Moon Knight. Moon Knight, it was the only Disney Plus show I kind of enjoyed. All of the other ones I hated. But now for some reason, the lore of my existence is Lofty Simps for Disney Plus. Lofty Simps for Disney, and then I like Rings of Power. Like, there's so many stupid grapevine bullshit memes that just go all over the place.
But why do you like Rings of Power?
I like the pilot, dude. I thought I will defend it quickly. The pilot was directed by Jay Bayona, who's a really good director. He did The Impossible with Tom Holland in 2014. Really good disaster movie. Have you seen that?
No.
You've not seen The Impossible?
Mm-mm.
It's about the Indonesian tsunami in 2000.
Oh,
the one that killed Anderson Cooper's husband. Dude, you should watch that movie. It's really good.
Damn.
So anyway, Bayona directed that movie. I'm a fan of him. He also did a movie called A Monster Calls. I liked visually what he did with the pilot, and then they fucked up the whole next 8 episodes. And I just don't like the show. But fuck me, I'm now forever the guy who likes Rings of Power. And then same thing with Multiverse of Madness. I gave it a 7 or 8 or something. Now I'm just fuck me.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in damn peace. Real quick, Ryu says they're literally saying they will groom your kids. Just wait, Matt probably coming to those parades. Even teachers defend them. I think we're gonna hit a brick wall with that. Soon.
Obviously.
So I think it's gonna be over. Once it hits the brick wall, it's gonna be over because people are pushing back now. Normies are pushing back, and once normies start pushing back, you fucked. They're not gonna let because they're putting it in every form of media, everything, and as soon as you start telling normal ass, rural ass white people you're coming after their children, they're pulling out the M16, bro.
Yeah,
the one that's not legal.
Dude, wait, can I ask you a question? Do you think it's hilarious? Wait, am I the only one who thinks it's funny when the left is like, we're gonna ban your guns, we're gonna do it, and then they keep saying it, right? They keep saying it, and nothing ever fucking happens. When are they gonna actually do it?
Never.
Here's the funny thing. Guess what? They never will, because you know what's gonna happen? As soon as they say you're a criminal for owning a fucking semi-automatic gun, guess what? Instantly a civil war.
Yep.
Instant civil war. Dead people all over the country. Just if you have an ounce of intelligence, if you think a civil war if you're on the left, you think like banning guns is a possibility. I question like your IQ level. Like I honestly do, because a civil war will guaranteed happen if the Second Amendment is breached. And what's going to happen is there's going to be hundreds of millions of dead people all over the country because nobody's going to give up their guns. They're going to shoot people trying to take their guns. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, it's like the thing is like, do you think 100 million dead is
Like,
worth
what?
saving the 18 dead a year from like AR-15 deaths?
It's
Like,
so
I feel like,
dumb, dude.
I feel like it's a little insane.
It's insane.
Well, the thing is that you can, the way you look at it is, and I hold the opinion of shall not be infringed. But what I think is going on here is when you ask somebody from another country, like a pretentious fucking person from the UK, because you know how they always are fucking the most pretentious motherfuckers in the world. They'll ask like a 22-year-old white dude from the UK, and it's like, what do you don't like about America? And it's like, the fact that they are obsessed with guns and guns are evil, and I don't know why they don't just ban them immediately. And it's like,
who are you talking about?
Just dude, I've seen interviews on like Instagram reels of just like an English dude on the street.
Oh, European
old.
people?
Yeah, and they're like, it's like a dude in London, and it's like, I don't understand America's obsession with guns. It's like, and like, why don't they just ban them? And it's so dangerous in America. I'm like, you're talking about 3 cities. 3 cities. The America is larger than your country by like 1,000 times. You're talking about 3 cities that are literally ballpoint pins on this giant map, and you're saying that's all of the U.S. is all those deaths. It's like, bro, there's been 1 gun death in the last like 4 years here, 3 years, and like probably less than 5 in the last 15 in where I live. But of course, let's say that it's so dangerous to be there. It's like, come on now, that's all propaganda, baby. Just don't go to Chicago.
You know what's funny?
Go to Seattle. Don't go to LA. You're good.
It's dangerous if you don't have a fucking firearm to defend yourself.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit drunk, but I'm coherent still. So I will say this. If you in this country, if you have a firearm, which is your right to defend yourself, you're in a good place. If you don't have a firearm, what the fuck are you doing? Like what? Like we'll just go out and like tomorrow and get one.
Oh my god, dude! When I see movies, and it's so disgusting, it like disgusts me as like a man. When I'm watching a movie, and like a guy,
they don't have guns.
Yeah, a guy breaks in because they never do. You're right. A guy breaks into a house.
Knife.
Yeah,
kitchen knife.
Yeah, it's like a guy breaks into a house and he's got his mask on and he's got like his gun, and then like the man of the house is like always like a frail dude that looks like fucking like Stephen Colbert, and he's like. He's like, stay back, don't hurt my children. I'll do anything, just don't hurt my children. And I'm like, and he's like standing there, like, what? You're all gonna die, I guess.
Yeah,
dude, I have like a 12 gauge under my bed. I'll blow you in it. You won't even hear words out of my mouth if you come in my house. You're just gonna hear click, click, boot, and you're just gonna be over. You're gonna be in.
Yeah, it's like the movie Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. Have you seen that one?
Yeah,
dude,
great.
That guy's based, man. He's like, he sends his family in the basement. He's just like, don't open the door.
Yeah,
and they're like, what?
Yeah, like it's the weirdest shit in the world. I've just never understood it. And Dr. Robotnik says, I'm 32 and I've never needed a gun. I've never needed a gun either. But when I was growing up, it's not the point. When I was growing up and I was in a trailer park there was a guy that was obviously on some meth or some shit, and he was trying to beat down my door. And my dad had 2 very small children and himself behind the door, and this guy was beating through my door. My dad asked him repeatedly to leave, and the guy was just screaming nonsense and busting down the door like the door was coming down. And as soon as the door popped, my dad blew him in half.
What?
And that was the end of it. Yeah, I was like 6 or 7. I can't remember. In a trailer, man.
Dude, what? Have you ever said that before?
Yeah, I've told the story before.
Oh, okay.
And like, what would have happened if he got through? And my dad's like, this dude has some freaking retard strength because he's on meth, and he like slaps my dad down. And then what happens to me? Do I die now? Oh yeah, no, dude. You've never needed gun. You just die now. You become the statistic. Yay! I don't want to be.
Yeah,
maybe
Europeans like, you don't need the gun. You need to say, tell them to go away. I don't know why I did an African accent. Anyway, here's what I'll say. I probably don't even have enough, dude, defense. Would you say I'm okay, dude? I lost it in a fire, but I got a Beretta. I got a Beretta 92X, 17 round mag, and I'm like, I think that's enough for home defense, but I don't know. I think it's fine.
You gotta get that 12 gauge, bro. Buckshot.
I don't live in a city, so I don't think I don't want to. I don't want to spend the money, but
no, I totally get that.
No, like, you know what I mean? Like, I live in a very nice neighborhood, but I feel like a 17 round mag is like,
that's
like
good. Yeah, you're fine.
Enough. I think it's enough.
You're fine. Yeah. Anyways, mildly OCD says the Hogwarts Legacy stuff was a turning point on the internet because even trans people hated the innocence of being targeted.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just too hysterical, and no one likes when people are being hysterical. Not normal everyday people, which the vast majority of trans people and the vast majority of gay people, and the vast majority of lesbian people.
Yep.
They are level-headed normal people.
Normal.
And you have a subset of psycho motherfuckers that are trying to dictate everything going on in the country. So, and real quick to Helena's point, says if cars existed, they would be included in the Constitution. So I don't want to look. I know you're a smart girl, Helena, but you're fucking retarded. So the reason that guns are in the Constitution was put there in place so people could form a militia to protect themselves against their government being overthrown or their government coming to tear down on them.
Yeah,
that's the entire point of it. It has nothing to do with you hunting. It's all about defending. But then people like to say, but you can't defend yourself. The government would just nuke you. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. But would you rather, like, what happens?
It's not even true, dude.
It's not. And they're not going to nuke you. But what happens? Okay. What happens if you don't have guns and the government comes in?
Yeah.
You can bend over and die immediately. Like, and you can look at every example ever of any country that got rid of guns. And what happened within 2 years? The country fell and there was about 10 million dead. In every single example of forced government takeover of weapons, dead.
Yeah,
New Zealand?
so stupid.
New Zealand, everybody's issued a firearm, right? No, they're not illegal there.
It should be human right. It really should be.
Yeah, but it's like, so that's the issue. Is there's a reason for this. If the government has absolutely no fear of its people, like, and they can just go door to door and just be like, yeah, you know what, you're going to jail. Like, what? Why? And they're like, yeah, because you kind of want your children are both 12.
Yeah,
I kind of like that. You're like, wait, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, no, but boot to the face, get on the ground.
No, you're going to jail because your child is trans, and you are denying them their health, right?
Yeah.
That's straight up what we're facing,
right? Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, that's Switzerland. Fire PA. Thank you for the correction. Yeah, you're right. Switzerland. I'm thinking of Switzerland, not New Zealand. New Zealand's Australia a lot, or maybe New Zealand is Australia a lot. No, Australia is a New Zealand lot. I can't remember. I remember something.
Dude, New Zealand is great. I'll tell you what. My pastor, my local pastor's from New Zealand. He's a fucking awesome guy. But New Zealand, dude, Lord of the Rings was filmed there.
What a beautiful place. I
can't even, like, I'm shocked that Lord of the Rings was filmed there. Like, that island is so tiny, dude.
Yeah.
It's wild. New Zealand is fantastic. I want to go there, man. Yep. Wait, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If you could go to a single country in Europe, you have to pick one. And you have to pick one. You can't go to any others ever in your life. What would it be?
In the UK?
In the UK. Scotland?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I've always wanted to visit Edinburgh.
What about Edinburgh is precious to you? Like, what the fuck? I don't even know what that means.
The architecture. All being still Victorian. And that's like my favorite thing in the world is Victorian architecture.
Wow, dude.
So that's where I will go. And then I would go to Japan and bang the Japanese hookers.
Hell yeah. Wait, I said Europe, but
you're talking about for everything?
No, that's interesting. Most people would say Ireland. I would say most people would say Ireland over Scotland. But that's awesome. I like that. Are you a golfer? Because Scotland is really Dude, Scotland has really good golfer like places.
Golf, bro. I ain't gonna bet in a swing no damn club. Omar Gonzalez says Rakita's take is not self-defense. It's not militia. It's not hunting. It's just because God given right to the citizens of the country. I agree. Yeah, shall not be infringed, bro. I agree with that. You know, me and Nick talked about that. Because I used to hold the opinion that I don't see anything wrong with like maybe a little bit more, you know, stricter background checks, maybe more registering. And he was like, well, you know, the reason you're wrong is because the background check that is performed is the same background check that if you had to wait a 10-day wait period. It's the same exact one.
Wait, you're saying your mind was changed by Nick Recator?
Yeah, because he said, well, what happens when the people controlling who they approve guns for fail because they have some kind of mental instability? And he's like, what happens when a party comes into control that claims that if you voted conservative in the last election, then you are no longer eligible to purchase a firearm in this country? You know, and those things are things that could happen. I know it sounds outlandish, and I agree it could be to a degree, but those things could happen. Oh, you had a panic attack, and when you were 22, you're 27, can't get a firearm now. And like, I don't believe that people that have struggled with mental health and got past that don't deserve to defend themselves. I think that's insane. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's I feel like everybody has a right to defend themselves. I would go even as far as to say felons that have non-violent felonies shouldn't have to worry about that either. So,
wow.
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, baby. Anyways, it's time for Naked Snake, you big old bitches. We got close to Fight Milk. We got about 110 away, I think. But we got real close today. But we're going to do some Naked Snakey. I appreciate everybody so much. This is the 180th Naked Snake in a row. 180th Naked Snake in a row. It's going to be a lot.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Look at it. Oh, what the fuck?
I got you, bro. I'm going to down this entire fucking thing.
How does this even, how did you just pull out a milk glass?
Don't even worry about it. This is real. And this translates to a gallon of whiskey. Okay.
But does it come out when you turn it?
No, fuck. Hold on. Let me see. Does it?
You gotta make it come out, bro.
There it goes. There it goes. Hey, it's gone. It's gone, everybody. I did it.
That's hilarious.
I drank it.
I'm so thoroughly entertained. Real quick, let's give some love real quick to some bitches in the chat for always being so good to you, boy. Here we go. Look at this guy. Carnage, Billy Hatcher, Trent Westbrook.
Holy shit, Trent.
The red boy of the day. I love you. Carnage again with his pink ass on my face. Thank you so much, dude. And I think there's another Carnage, but there's another one. Damn, this guy's a maniac. Thank you so much.
No, we saw that one earlier.
No, there was like 5. He did like 5 pink boys.
Talked about Renfield, dude. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just bringing him back up to give him more love. Lofty.
Oh shit.
He deserves more love. More. And speaking of love, Karos, Naked Snake Milk. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Karis, for the orange boy. I love you. I appreciate you. It's time for Naked Snake. Here we go, boys, for the 180th time in a row. Exciting. I'm excited. We're gonna do it. Get my bandana out. In honor of the end of me and Pippa's relationship. The last naked snake. The last naked snake. For the peep. Hopefully I didn't ruin her life or hurt her in any way. Love her. That was not my intention. Let's get on it, doggone it. Here we go. Let's turn this up a little bit because I can't hear it from over here. Got to pop my earbuds off. Here we go. Can't hear nothing.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Jace.
I'm searching
180 times in a row, guys. You ready? You guys ready? P. Let's do this bullshit. 30 likes, boys.
But you're so supreme.
Oh my God. Look at the tan lines.
Not for honor, but for you.
Snake eater in my time. There is nobody else.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Cry. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream state.
Here we go, Lofty.
Someday you'll go away. Someday you feel on a tree frog. It's your day.
I'm trying to refresh my character.
My pride, not for long, but for you. In my time,
There'll be no one else. Fly.
it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream. It's 80 times in a row. Damn, son. Thank you guys so much again. We did it again, boys. Can't believe it. Thank you guys. Hell yeah. Once again, won't be
What's the word? Thwarted? Not even by some of the simpies on the message boards. We did it again. Bastards.
Bro,
There
I
you go.
got you, bro. I got you.
There you go.
I
Looks
got you.
beautiful.
That's all I can do. That's all I can do, bro.
There's got to be a way where you can just have big giant pecs.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Pec
I-
add-on. Is there not a
I
pec
got to get a
add-on?
different model. Look, this is Vroid. Vroid is like, people are like, yo, why do you look gay? I'm like, dude, this is what they look like. I changed my eyeballs. Dude, I straight up changed my eyeballs and my hair. And
Yeah.
that's all I can do, man.
Well,
I'm telling you, it's like $2,000 for a character. I'm like, yo, it's wild, man.
yeah, dude.
I'm
Well,
not gonna complain about it.
it's not all of us got $2,000 laying around. It's a lot of damn money. Tristan said we hit 5 milk. No, we were close though. We were like 100 away, 105 away. I can't do the math, man. Something like that. Wait, yeah, something like that. You should be a PNG tuber like me. What the hell is that? Oh, is that just where it's just Gator's face?
It's a static image that has
Yeah.
like a couple different versions of it, and it's
Yeah.
like me but without moving around.
But if he laughs, does it change to a laughing face for a
Yeah,
second?
it goes like this. Except
kinda
my jaw doesn't break when I talk.
I kind of like that.
You know? Yeah, like
Character
my
jumps up and
character
down and the
jaw.
mouth opens and closes. That's kind of cool. Like cool. I kinda like that. Oh my god, dude! I appreciate you guys so much. What a lot of fun with my boys. You guys have been goated as hell. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna raid
Yeah.
Mr. Nick Ricada.
Oh fuck.
Nick Ricada and Billy Hatcher. Remind me on the next show, and I'll raid you because I know I said something about next week. So just remind me, and I'll do that. And we'll get Nick tonight. 25 likes away from goal, you bitches. Stop being bitches, all right? Stop being bitches and give it a good old fashioned likey
My
like.
fault. It's my fault.
Do it now. Lick it now. Lick it good.
I love you, chat.
Thank you, Arctic Phoenix. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna give I just shouted out the orange boys or the pink boys. I'm gonna get the orange boys real quick. There's only a few of them. Too High Strong. I love you. The Squid. I love you. Disco Cobra. I love you. Where's the next one? There he is. Disco Cobra again. I love you. And Wookie Be Bad. The same
Damn.
couple of orange boys every show. I appreciate you guys. It's 5. It's an orange ass night. Oh wait, Rose. 6 orange boys. It is Caros coming in strong. 20 likes away from the overall goal. The replay will be up, boys. And make sure you go check out my new video. It is spicy as hell. It's doing the rounds. And of course, we'll have new videos coming out here in a couple days. And I'll put out some shorts because I have like fucking 5 lined up and I haven't put them out yet. I probably should just schedule them, but I'm really lazy. And get the hell on it, doggone it. And follow the alt channel. You'll see some stuff on there.
You should come on my stream, buddy.
And then Lofty. Yeah, don't forget to follow Lofty.
Lofty Pixels. YouTube.com/Lofty
I came on one
Pixels.
time. Did I not come on one time?
No, you do. You were supposed to, and then you just forgot. That's okay.
Oh shit! Interesting. Ben Helena, hold on, me Ben Helena. She said, "Love you guys. Glad we can have honest debates in a space without people yelling to ban each other. Even if Cody called me R, I'll get my revenge. I didn't call you R. I called you retarded. It's much better.
Yeah.
All right, bitches. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you over in next stream. Give them some love. And let me reiterate to. And I'm pretty sure, and none of you would ever do this, but don't go to Pippa and don't go to her stream, calling her an ass.
No,
anything negative. She's cool as hell. She has no fault in any of this bullshit. So give her some. If anything, give her love. Just
yes.
Be like, hey, I like your channel. Fuck it. Then that's it. Leave it at that. So get on it, doggone it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.